When the game on the line, you can't fold and you can't bend. Y'all be playing it safe and I be going for the win. Remember back when they was doubting on the kid. Now they tuned in cause my game too legit.
There's a lot more to know about the fantasy headlines. Nation. Headliner Nation. Fantasy headlines for the nation. I'm a headliner. I'm a headliner.
Yeah. Analytics off the chain, all the channels not the same. Jake and Kyle, you know the name. Headliner Nation, we running the game. Y'all stuck on third down. Your content's plain Jane. Headliners on top now. We gonna move and change. Podcast off the rip. Draft guide, so legit. Fantasy world, our game tight. You know we about that Chubb life. Stuck in a rut and you need some motivation. Head to the channel for this Headliner Nation.
I'm a headliner. I'm a headliner. I'm a headliner. I'm a headliner. I'm a headliner.
Yo, what up, nation? Welcome back.
It
to
is
a beautiful Saturday evening.
It is definitely a Saturday evening, Kyle. That I can confirm.
Depends on who you are, how beautiful it actually is.
Exactly. That is 100% correct. But yeah, I mean, the chat is already popping. People have been in this chat since I created the stream. I don't know, like 6 hours ago. People have been hanging out for a while. So, Kyle, it's going to be an interesting week too, because there's been a lot of news that's come up here as of late. I mean, I'll run through some things right here at the very beginning. A.J. Brown being questionable. That is not ideal since he's playing on Monday Night Football. So be sure to have some sort of backup option just in case. We already know Jordan Love. I mean, they kind of strung this out all week long, but we knew he wasn't going to play from the get-go. CMC now on IR. I sure hope, Kyle. We talked about Jordan Mason. I think I talked about Jordan Mason for the first time in like June. Mm-hmm. Maybe it was July. I don't know. But I'm hoping everyone who drafted CMC also has Jordan Mason because now he's on IR. Kenneth Walker, he's probably not going to play this week. Fire up some Zach Charbonnet out there this week. Then we got Jordan Addison out. T. Higgins still doubtful. And this is what I want to do before we get into some questions, Kyle, because I know they're flying in and we don't want to get too far behind. But I want to ask a question to the chat, and I want them to start firing off names. Do we think Miami brings in another quarterback at some point? And if so, who is that other quarterback that they can bring in? I want to know what people are thinking out there because, honestly, Skylar Thompson's a good dude, right? He's a good dude. Not saying anything negative against the dude, but he ain't going to win them very many ball games. So if they want to try to capitalize this year, throw some names out there in the chat. And then, Kyle, I don't know about you, but if you're ready to talk some football, then so am I.
I'm ready to talk football.
Let's
ready
talk some
to
football.
Absolutely roll. Walter John McGowan, WJM, with the 20 bomb to start the chat off tonight in a few hours. This has been a while ago that he sent this. Then in a few hours, I'll be tuning into the Best Life Fantasy Q&A in the business. Get your popcorn. Get your popcorn ready because it's going to be a banger. Who should I start in my second flex with? Gibbs, Jamal Williams, or Ford? Gibbs, like Jahmyr Gibbs?
Like he's got to be started. Maybe he means aside from Jahmyr Gibbs. Maybe aside from Jahmyr Gibbs, and then it would be Ford after that. Yeah, because obviously Gibbs is a weekly must start.
Yeah, absolutely. Marcel Law upgraded his membership to Excessive Chubb. Marcel, appreciate you. Nude Man also upgraded his membership to Excessive
TMI.
Chubb. Nude Man, appreciate you. Oliver Bjorkstrand. I think I got close.
I mean, you gotta be close. You gotta be in the right neighborhood, Kyle.
I think I got close. Welcome to Hole and Chubb. Thanks for becoming a part of the exclusive Headliner Nation. The Scranton Strangler becoming a member for the year. Celebrating a year with us here. Scranton, appreciate you. Had McCaffrey last week, and he screwed all of us owners due to a Monday night game. A.J. Brown in the same spot this week. Should I find a sub? Me personally, if I own A.J. Brown, I'm picking up Jahan Dotson.
Just in case.
Just in case. And if you have like another top 24 option, just go with that top 24 option. But if you don't have a lot of options and we don't know what's going to happen, pick up Jahan Dotson if he's still available in your league.
Yeah, just in case. Because that way, if he were to sit, not that Dotson could absolutely explode, but at least he's a player you could plug in a moment's notice.
Scale Speaks becoming a member for the 23rd month. About to be a 2-year member with the Dogs in fantasy. Reed, A.J. Brown, Keenan, all questionable in a 3-wide receiver full PPR league. Already starting Zay Jones. Dortch Dotson on the bench. Start who? I think A.J. Brown is the only real threat to not play. Last I saw, Keenan Allen was still questionable, but trending in the right direction. Has that changed?
I mean, I think that's correct. And I think Jaden Reed is going to play. The problem is he's got Malik Willis throwing him the football.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, Zay Flowers is probably somebody I'm putting into my lineup to be a little bit safer. The guy got double-digit targets last week. I'm probably going with him over Keenan Allen as of right now. And then the other ones, I'm just hoping that A.J. Brown and Jaden Reed can find something this week, despite some of the things that they're dealing with.
Pete Wheeler with the 5 bomb. Hey guys, please pick 3 in the standard league between Adams, Diggs, Godwin, and Pittman. Thank you. I feel like your safest bets are Adams, Diggs, and Godwin now.
I mean, nothing against Michael Pittman. It's just in an offense that's not going to throw as much. They're going to run a ton. He's just going to be a little bit more inconsistent. So yeah, I'm probably going the other way as well.
And I think you can see it with Anthony Richardson. Right now, there's a little bit of rust throwing over the middle. He can let the deep ball fly. We know that for sure. I think as soon as maybe defenses start to respect that deep play a little bit, Richardson starts to kind of get that rust off. I think Pittman will end up taking off and being just fine over the middle of the field.
I hear you.
Derek Childress becoming a member for the 21st month. I traded Waddle for Chase. What are your thoughts on Chase? Should I try to get someone with a better outlook? I don't think Chase has a bad outlook right now. I think it's all around Joe Burrow's wrist, though. I think that's the biggest issue.
And look at it this way. I mean, now with Waddle losing Tua for who knows how long, you're still somewhat in a better position, right? So I'm not going to try to sell Chase right now because you're not going to get as much. I think that hopefully you dodged a bullet and that maybe you can benefit from Chase rest of season, but I'm not really going to do much else right this second.
Chris Allin becoming a member for the 11th month in a full PPR 12 team. If Jake Ferguson is out, which it sounds like he is going to be, start Gesicki or Taysom Hill or Juwan Johnson. I'm not picking Juwan Johnson. He did get the touchdown last week, but Foster Moreau played the significant more amount of snaps than Juwan Johnson. And is Moreau, is he out or is he clear? Do we know?
I would have to pull him back up and look.
Okay. I think that's going to really depend on. I would go Taysom Hill, though, before I'd go Juwan Johnson. But I'm probably going to go Mike Gesicki over both of them right now. They're all a dart throw. The most upside is probably Taysom Hill. The best, safest bet is probably Gesicki.
Man, Taysom Hill almost had a huge game last week. Had a wheel around down the sideline. Almost brought it in. Would have been a huge, huge day for Taysom Hill. And plus, you get a little bit of the rushing upside because he's going to have a couple touches in the backfield as well. I'm still looking here.
Okay, I'll go on to another one here real quick while we look that up. He also needs a defense. Pick one from the Colts, Browns, or Jaguars. Let me look that up real quick.
Yeah, because that's on a different one here. Let me see.
Colts, Browns, and Jaguars. Colts getting Malik Willis is definitely potential.
Not a great defense, but a great matchup.
Yeah. Cleveland at Jacksonville. I don't love that matchup more than them getting Malik Willis. Who is the other one? Hold on. Now I have to look.
It was
it's the Jags. Jags against Cleveland. I'd probably go with Indianapolis and risk it.
I probably do as well, and just hope that. I mean, has Malik Willis ever thrown for over 100 yards in a game? Like, there's a trivia question. I don't know if he ever has. So,
I have no idea. I don't know. I would guess not.
Probably not. And also, Foster Moreau is cleared to play. So
okay. If Foster Moreau is cleared to play, I'm definitely not going Juwan Johnson. If you want the most upside, Taysom Hill. If you want the 500 likes by 9:15, and Kyle will stand in his chair and dance the Macarena. Taylor, I told the people I can't stand on this chair. It was way too expensive.
Yeah, you can't risk breaking it.
I can't. If I break this chair, I'm down bad. I broke that last chair, and I was like, I can make it work longer. And then wants to know flex Zay Flowers or Najee Harris. Flowers for me, I think he's in for a big week.
Yeah, I think so too.
I like him a lot. Definitely more upside there with Flowers for me. Chris all in, got that. Derek Childress trade. I would get DJ Moore, Scary Terry, and Tank Bigglesby. And give Chase, Wicks, and either Mostert or Neighbors. I'm solid on running backs.
Get Moore, Terry, and Bigsby to give up Chase, Wicks, and either Mostert or Neighbors.
I feel like personally, the biggest drop-off here is Scary Terry to Wicks. I'm keeping Terry McLaurin over Dontavian Wicks right now.
Yeah.
DJ Moore and Chase, for me, DJ Moore to Chase is not that big of an upside right this second. And then Bigsby, Mostert, I mean, you're giving up Bigsby. I would just hold on to him for right now.
He'd get Bigsby and have to give up Mostert to get it. Or
yeah,
Neighbors.
I would. Oh, he's getting DJ Moore, Scary Terry. Oh, I read that backwards. Ooh.
Yeah.
I mean, I would take Scary Terry over Wicks.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to trade Chase either right now. If you trade Chase and Burrow ends up being fine in the next 3-4 weeks, that could hurt you down the stretch.
It could be a backfire. So it's kind of a gamble, right? If you're a gambling man, Derek, and you're like, you know what? I want to try to start off hot, then you do this right now. If you want to play it a little bit safer, you probably hold off.
Yeah. So I'm like, yeah, it's really a dart throw.
It's close.
If you feel like it's best for your team, I would take Neighbors over Mostert though. Like if you're gonna get one of those guys in return, get Neighbors in return.
No, he'd have to give Neighbors or Mostert.
Don't give Neighbors.
Don't give Neighbors. Give Mostert. Exactly.
So I've had a headache for like 8 hours now. So Carl Abreu becoming a member for the 12th month. League One full PPR flex. J.K. Dobbins over D.K. Metcalf. I personally have J.K. Dobbins could have a day.
I mean, he could. It's a great matchup, right? I mean,
it's a great matchup.
And for now, in week 2, he's healthy. So I mean, that is a good sign. I think he's probably got the safer floor with still a decent ceiling. So if you rather play it safer, it's Dobbins. If you want to gamble, it becomes DK.
J.K. Dobbins is like a wiener. Use it while you have it.
I don't plan on ever losing it. So, I mean, I don't understand. I'm confused.
His opponent had H.A.N., and I'm projected by less than a 4-point win over. I have Kupp, Rice, Bijan, McBride, Daniels. I'm still going to go J.K. Dobbins there. And then start Worthy over DK and a full PPR. I'm projected 10 less points. Ugh. Hang
on, all my stuff reset, so I'm reloading everything here.
I don't know. DK Metcalf is definitely safer than Xavier Worthy.
Yeah.
Just if you're going to start Xavier Worthy, don't start him expecting 2 touchdowns, because one of his touchdowns was a rushing touchdown, which is not going to always happen. And the other one was a completely broken play where he was left wide open. Does Worthy have more upside? Yes, but DK is safer for me.
Yep. Even though people see the Hollywood Brown news and they're like, oh, worthy to the moon. I mean, Hollywood Brown wasn't there last week either. You know, it took a rushing play and a broken defensive, possession to get him in the end zone. So he didn't really see much volume other than that.
Menasia. Freiermuth or Parkinson? Freiermuth has more upside for me because of the touchdown potential. If it's a PPR league, Parkinson is super close to having more upside just because of how much work he could end up getting. Parkinson has a little bit of a safer floor for me. A little bit. But Freiermuth has more upside because of the touchdown potential. And then flexing Mason or Stevenson, whew.
That is going to be super close. Mason or Steven season. I still have Mason a little bit higher, only by 3 spots higher.
I agree.
It's not far off, but I mean, in that offense, I mean, the dude can run on anybody. So,
yeah, I mean, and Seattle reworked their defensive line. It's much stronger this year. I'm gonna go with Mason. CJ, who dat? 3 questions. PPR, start Neighbors at the flex or Charbonnet or Monty? I'm probably still starting David Montgomery out of all of those.
Yeah, I mean, I can't go away from one of the best offensive lines and heavy run games in the league.
Yep. Half PPR, start Ingram or Likely? Ingram coming off a horrible week. I cannot see that happening again. Likely could end up getting a little bit more or a little bit less work as they maybe try to get Andrews going. I would say Ingram is a safer bet. Likely has significant more upside, though.
100%. Yeah, he's got that bigger play upside as of right now. I think that a lot of the big play upside in Jacksonville is going the way of Brian Thomas Jr.
And then PPR pick 5 to start from Rashee Rice, Debo, Henry, Barkley, DJ Moore, and Jordan Mason. Well, we're definitely starting Barkley.
Yep.
We're definitely starting Henry.
Yep.
My third pick would be Mason.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
And then probably Debo and Rice over DJ Moore.
Yep, I agree.
Boom. Nailed it. The Scranton Strangler with another question. Traded CMC before his IR status was known. Also sent Gabe Davis. I got Olave and Aaron Jones. Wide receivers are now St. Brown, Olave, and Evans. Thoughts? Thanks. I mean, if CMC ends up missing significant time past the 4 weeks, you absolutely win that trade.
100%.
If he comes back in week 5 and plays the rest of the season, you probably end up losing that trade.
Yeah.
So really, it's how long is he actually out for? Right now, you won it.
I like it.
Ronnie Santana, pick 2 wide receivers from DK, George Pickens, Brian Thomas, and Demarcus Robinson. I'm going with DK for sure.
Yep, I am too.
I don't love the George Pickens matchup.
No. Brian Thomas Jr., I love it, but he's very big play dependent.
Mm-hmm.
Demarcus Robinson in a great matchup going up against Arizona with no Puka. I feel like DK is kind of a big play guy too. So if you're already kind of going to risk it for the biscuit, I mean, if you want a more balanced lineup, then it's Demarcus Robinson. If you want to just go full on, drop it on the table and find out what happens, that's probably when you go Pickens.
Oh, Pickens.
I probably just go Pickens and just hope for a big play.
Okay. I feel that.
Sting, and we did that all last week, and we will again today, but we got to get caught up with all the messages that happened before we even went live.
Yeah. Oh, no, mine just scrolled. Hold on, going back up here.
It's Cody Peterson. PPR, I have Ridley, Shaheed, Pollard, Jamison Williams, Ford, and Lazard. Who would you take as a wide receiver 2 and a flex? My wide receiver 2 and a flex out of those.
Jamison Williams is going wide receiver 2.
Wide receiver, and then flexing between Ridley, Shaheed, and Pollard, or Ford and Lazard. I know a lot of people look at Lazard and be like, is this going to happen all the time? And I don't know if I want to buy that just yet. It was a great week for sure for him. If it's me, I'm probably leaning towards Tony Pollard as the flex spot just to get you some guaranteed touches in your lineup.
Yeah.
And then would you sit A.J. Brown with him having a Monday game and no practice today? If so, who to start? So if we're going off of who is left, I'd probably gamble a little bit and go with Shaheed in your flex. But honestly, part of me wonders if there's a chance that you can pick up Jahan Dotson and have him just in case, because the drop-off from A.J. Brown, even who may be 90, 80%, is pretty big going down to Shaheed. So, I mean, that's a big risk. But if you're going to make it, you have to know that going into it, that you need a big play from Shaheed. And if A.J. Brown plays, you're probably going to be a little upset.
And Mitchell Adams sending their 20th super chat on a live stream. Mitchell, appreciate you. Hey, guys, in a standard league, Murray or Prescott? I feel like that's probably close for quarterbacks.
The standard league part doesn't matter, but let me look at the rankings here. I have Kyler Murray 3 spots ahead of Dak, only due to the rushing upside. And the chance that they're probably trailing and having to throw all 4 quarters.
Why did I exit out of my chat?
And then he has flex Najee or Dobbins. I mean, I don't dislike either, but I mean, honestly, at this point, as crazy as it sounds, Dobbins is probably a little bit safer. If you want safety, it's Dobbins and that great matchup that he's going to have. If you want to gamble a little bit more for potentially more end zone opportunities, then it's Najee Harris. But I think if you want to play it safer, it's Dobbins.
Shining in a PPR, do I flex Charbonnet, B-Rob, Worthy, or Flowers? Thanks for all you guys do. I'm going Zay Flowers there. I'm going Zay Flowers.
And it is a PPR, so yes, I would probably have to say that I would agree with that.
Carlos Douglas Jr. in a full PPR, suffering from CMC and Puka injuries. Ouch. Gus Edwards or Chuba Hubbard, and I need to flex 2 between Jacoby Myers, Deontay Johnson, and Demarcus Robinson. I'm probably going Jacoby Myers and Demarcus Robinson here.
I don't mind that. And then the other one, I'm going to go Gus Edwards in that matchup over Chuba, and just I don't even care if Gus Edwards gets 3 carries. Maybe 2 of them are goal line touches in that great matchup.
Perfect. There is a new top super chat of the evening, and we're going to scroll down to it real quick. A $69.69 donation.
Now I know who it is.
From you already know who, Lit Nick, the best fantasy football coaches of all time. Nick, appreciate you. Thanks so much for the generous donation. And Nick now owns the top super chat spot of the evening.
Yep.
Red Hulk. A few decisions to make. First up, all right, Jake, I'm gonna speed run these with you.
Go for it.
Tila or Fields?
Tila.
B-Rob, Brian Thomas, or Rashad White in a full PPR?
Oh, wow. In a full PPR, I think I'm going to go Rashad White, but I'm double-checking. In a full PPR, yes, Rashad White.
Another one in a full PPR. Jaden Reed, Javonte Williams, Josh Palmer, or Eckler?
All of these guys are absolute boom or bust, may not even have that much of an opportunity. In a full PPR, I risk it for the biscuit and go Jaden Reed.
And then for the tight end position, full PPR, Hill, Parkinson, or Ertz?
Hill, Parkinson. I'm going Colby Parkinson against the Arizona Cardinals.
Henry Lopez become a member for the 40th month of excessive Chubb. Henry, appreciate you.
So much Chubb.
Bonus League, full PPR, who for the flex? Najee, Brian Thomas, Chuba, Jamison Williams, or Zamir White. It comes down to Jamison and Najee for me. Najee if you want to be safe. Jamison Williams if you're chasing that upside with the bonus league.
100%.
Dreamville 93 become a member for the 21st month. Terry or Pollard in the flex in a full PPR, kind of the same thing. If we want to play it safe, we want to guarantee the points, go with Pollard. If we need more upside, then hopefully try to go with Terry at that point.
Yep.
Trilogy Tree. Hey, I need running back help. I traded Lamar Jackson for Zamir White for Stroud and Brian Robinson. So traded Lamar and White for Stroud and Brian Robinson.
I like that.
I mean, I like that too. I don't mind that. Brian Robinson is better than Zamir White for me, and Stroud and Jackson are in the same atmosphere. So running backs are Mason and Najee Harris. Did I do good on this trade in a full PPR? Yeah, I'm feeling it.
Yeah, I mean, overall, I think you made out on top of that trade for sure.
Jesse with the 10 bomb. Jake, Headliner Nation sees you here despite the rough times for you and the family. Appreciate y'all, and let's get some dubs.
I appreciate that. We getting through it together for sure.
Getting through it together, all one big happy family.
Positive vibes, right? Positive vibes, chat.
Let me put your head on my bosom. And
I would rather deal with what we got going through.
Full PPR. Running backs, 1 point per rush as well. Pick one from Tank Dell, J-Mo, Ladd, Zach Moss, Jay Warren, and Bucky Irving. This comes down to Zach Moss and J-Mo for me. Are we going J-Mo over Tank Dell right now?
Yeah. I mean, I think I probably am. I mean, I do think that this is Tank Dell's.
I do agree.
Week.
I think he has a better week.
I think it's his week.
I do.
But it's just a lot more risk involved with it for sure.
I do. I will say this for all the members out there. I did a film breakdown on. It was more on Amon-Ra St. Brown, but I included some Jameson Williams clips in there. Jameson Williams, if they keep using him the same way, good Lord, watch out, because his speed is absolutely incredible over the middle. The slants and things that they're doing with him, like the linebackers can't keep up. The Lions are going to be freaking dangerous.
No way.
Whew. Whew.
Now,
so
that
did we go
suck
J-Mo
for
or
Amon-Ra
Zach
St.
Moss?
Brown, but it does.
Yeah,
I don't think he's not going to be like a disappearing act all season long either, though.
If Goff didn't have the Rams defense in on him so much, Amon-Ra St. Brown would have had a 100-yard day, because there was 2 plays where he had at least 40 yards wrapped up. He was wide open, but Goff had the offense or defensive line on him, and he couldn't wait for St. Brown to get further. So
right.
Wait, are we going J-Mo or Moss?
I'm going J-Mo.
J-Mo. Okay.
Yep.
We're going J-Mo. There it is.
Going J-Mo.
Lock it in. Shorty, start Murray or Daniels at quarterback?
That's a tough one again. Let me see here. I have Daniels over Murray this week, just because he's going to tuck it and run once again.
He needs upside.
I'm still going Daniels probably anyway. The dude ran the ball 16 times last week. They don't want him to run as much, but I think for right now, until he gets more solidified in that offense, I think he's going to end up tucking it and running it, and has that rushing upside with that touchdown ability as well.
And then he says his running RB2s are killing him. Got any sneaky running backs that could hit big as the season goes on? I mean, if something happens to Kyren Williams, it's still Blake Corum having a potential larger role in the Rams offense, even though he didn't do anything last week. It's Bucky Irving stealing something from Rachaad White potentially at some point if he continues to be more efficient.
I could see Trey Benson being a thing in Arizona if something were to happen to James Conner, but it's gonna take an injury to happen.
Absolutely.
Ty Chandler is probably another one if something were to happen to Aaron Jones.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking for the backup running backs behind the starters that are the most injury prone throughout their career so far, and you have to take a shot on maybe 1 or 2 of them. Christian Campos becoming a member for the 34th month. What up, Jake and Kyle? In a full PPR, need 2 running backs, 1 wide receiver, 2, and a flex from King Henry, Mason, Breece Hall, Mixon, Ayuk, Flowers, and McLaurin. I really appreciate it. Well, my running backs.
Wow.
Holy cow. How do you sit Henry, Mason, Hall, or Mixon? You have to sit one of the running backs because we're flexing the other one. So
I don't want to sit any of them, Kyle. That one is I'm trying to trade one of those guys for another piece. Hopefully you have some needs somewhere else, and if you do, that is, how do you sit one of those guys every week? Henry, Mason, Hall, and Mixon.
My wide receiver 2, let's start there because this might be an easier call. Flowers or Ayuk. It's definitely not McLaurin.
In a full PPR, I'm going towards Flowers.
Flowers. Okay, so Flowers is who we're starting at wide receiver 2.
We still have to sit either one of Derrick Henry, Jordan Mason, Breece Hall, or Joe Mixon. We have to sit one of them.
Is it Jordan Mason just because he's the biggest question out of the group? Great week last week, get it. But we've never seen this consistently. I thought you guys were
got Las
riding
Vegas, so I don't want to sit him.
You never said that.
Breece Hall. going to get so much work. He's got a difficult matchup against Tennessee. Mixon, I have him inside the top 5. He's going against Chicago. Oh my gosh. I mean, yeah, I probably sit Jordan Mason, but I absolutely hate that. I think if you want to, man, there's no right answer here, Kyle. Like, it doesn't matter who you say, you're probably going to make the wrong choice because there are so many good options. I am going to the Christian McCaffrey owner, and I'm trying to trade them Jordan Mason and getting something that can help your team right now, for sure, because this is going to be a nightmare for you to figure out each and every week. I'm going Hall, I'm going Mixon, I'm going Henry, and I'm locking it in, and I'm crossing my fingers.
Okay, there we go. King. Cooks, Pickens, Godwin, pick 2. I'm going with Pickens and Godwin there.
Yep, I would agree.
And then Aaron Jones or Najee Harris for the flex. I'm probably still leaning Najee Harris here.
I think Najee is safer. I think Najee is the safer bet. I mean, I have him literally back-to-back in the rankings, so, I mean, it's going to be super close. Najee's probably the safer option.
Scuppy, flex 2 in a PPR. D-Hop, Rashid Shaheed, or Dalton Schultz.
Not dealing with Dalton Schultz.
Yeah.
Not doing it. The dude just has too many people to fight for targets with. Give me the guy that has a big play opportunity, and even though DeAndre Hopkins isn't 100%, Dalton Schultz just isn't seeing enough volume.
Mona Takla, welcome to Full Chubb. Thanks for joining the
Mona?
exclusive Headliner Nation. Mona, welcome in. Kenton Powell becoming a member for the 10th month. We back, boys. Kenton,
Yes, sir.
what's going on?
Yes, sir.
Ricky with the 10 bomb, looking for upside. Start 1 running back and 1 flex from Gibbs, Connor, Neighbors, and Pickens. It's absolutely Gibbs.
Gibbs
Neighbors,
is for sure.
Neighbors has more upside than Connor because of the matchup, but do you trust
No.
Daniel
Jones? I don't trust Daniel Jones with anything, so I'm going with Gibbs and Connor personally.
Question 2, start 1 in the flex from Neighbors, Pittman, Shaheed, and Pollard. Pollard if you want the safety. If you're looking for upside, I'm also going Neighbors here too.
I would go Neighbors there in the high upside out of those choices.
Tony Chopper have CMC and Chubb.
Hey,
They have Debo, Ayuk, Pacheco, but wants Pittman from me. Thoughts on trading for Debo or Pacheco? I have Kupp, Christian Kirk, Mixon, and Miles Sanders.
I don't understand the entire question.
So
Are you trying to trade CMC or Chubb?
So he wants Pitt. So
the person wants Pittman.
I think he's trying. Yeah, the person that he's trying to trade with wants Pittman. They have Debo, Ayuk, and Pacheco. I mean, if he wants Pittman, I would rather try and build a trade of Pittman and maybe something else for Pacheco instead of trading Debo for Pacheco straight up. And
No, they have Debo and Pacheco, so he could literally probably trade Michael Pittman. I mean, to me, it sounds like whoever wants the trade is maybe a fan of Michael Pittman and willing to lose the trade. Because if it's me, you can trade Pittman and get Debo, Ayuk, or Pacheco. I mean,
I would
personally, if you're even listing Miles Sanders as an option, that tells me you need a running back. So I'm trading Pittman for Pacheco immediately.
Yeah. Yep.
Like 100, like right now, like go send it, Tony.
Beamy Studios, Jaden Daniels or CJ Stroud this week. Hard for me to sit Stroud.
I can't sit Stroud. I like both of them. They're both inside my top 7, but I've got to go Stroud.
TC7786 gifting 10 memberships to the Headliner Nation community. Everyone throw a little hashtag TC in the chat. Appreciate y'all. I've seen a few comments about how the math isn't adding up right now because we have almost 1,500 viewers and only 355 likes. So do us all a favor. If you're watching right now, hit the like button. We would appreciate it. You're probably here because you'd like to have a question answered. By hitting the like button, you help us out a lot while we're trying to help out you. So we appreciate it if you would do that for us real quick. Would love to have 1,000 likes on this stream in the next couple of minutes. That's super easy to do with almost 1,500 people in here. Yeah. Ricky, flex Eckler or DeMarcus Robinson. Side note, opponent started 4 players Thursday to combine for 10 points, projected to win by a lot. Perfect. Looking for a top score between players. I mean, I'm playing DeMarcus Robinson over Eckler.
I will too. I agree.
Yep. J Noise sending us a hot dog and a peach emoji. Appreciate you, J Noise. I know it's on your mind right now.
I'm not going to read too much into that.
Pick 2 from Pickens, Worthy, Reed, Pittman, Olave, and Flowers. Definitely Flowers. If you guys can't tell, we love Flowers this week.
Yep.
And
what's the other one? Olave, Pittman, Reed, Worthy, Pickens. Wow.
Olave's probably safer than Worthy. Worthy has more upside.
Yeah, so I'm going Flowers and Olave for safety, Flowers and Worthy if you want to risk it.
As it says in the top right-hand corner of the screen, ladies and gentlemen, over that way. Sorry, above Jake's head. We're catching up on super chats. Please be patient. We are
trying.
We are trying as hard as we possibly can to get caught up. If you send in a question and you haven't heard the answer yet, it's because either A, you weren't paying attention and we said it, or B, yes, it may have been a while, but we're not caught up yet. So
we're trying.
We're probably like 15 to 20 minutes behind right now.
Let's just rapid fire, Kyle. Give it to me.
All right, Fritz Bitskit becoming a member for the 23rd month. Pick Dortch and Cooks from the waiver wire. Who should be the flex this week?
This week is Dortch.
Trilogy Tree, welcome to Holden Chubb. Thanks for joining the exclusive Headliner Nation. Travis Knott in a full PPR. Start Rashee Rice over A.J. Brown this week?
Yes, I do that and not even have to worry about it.
Also start Zach Charbonnet over Rashad White.
Yes.
Ricky with the 5-bomb. Question for the tight end whisperer. Rank tight end likely Andrews, Taysom Hill, Goddard, Schultz, Gesicki, Henry, Parkinson.
Every tight end.
For this week, or... Ricky, can you send that in Discord so you can... that's going to be hard for me to do right this second. Can you send that in Discord? I know you have an open ticket right now. Send that in Discord and tag me and let me respond to that in a little bit because I'm gonna need to look at a couple of things. Blue line. Flex Javonte, Watson, Cook, or Bigsby in a full PPR?
Who's Watson?
Probably Christian Watson.
Christian Watson, probably. All right, give me Javonte there.
Michael Barton with a 5-bomb. Najee Harris, Brian Thomas, or Ford in a PPR?
I think if you want to play it safe, you're going with Najee. If you want to gamble, it's Brian Thomas.
Singletary, Scary Terry, or who's S. Robinson?
It's got to be DeMarcus Robinson.
That's what I was thinking. And a PPR.
The D and the S are right next to each other. In a full PPR, I'm going with DeMarcus Robinson.
Number 3, pick 2 from Wandell, DeMarcus Robinson and Garrett Wilson and Tony Pollard. Oh, wait, no, hold on. Pick 2 from Wandell, DeMarcus Robinson, Garrett Wilson, Scary Terry, and Tony Pollard.
It's going to be, we're starting Garrett Wilson. It's only week 2. We're not sitting him yet. So Garrett Wilson is 1, and then we're going to go with Pollard as the second option.
Eric with a 10-bomb. Which 3 running backs to start? Jacobs, Kamara, Connor, or Mason?
I don't want to sit any of them. I mean, as of right now, my lowest ranked one is Alvin Kamara. I mean, I hate to sit him, but the way it goes is Jacobs, Connor, and Mason.
217 frags. Trade Mason and London for Amon-Ra in a PPR league.
As long as you don't have Christian McCaffrey, but you need to make sure that you still have quite a bit of running back opportunities on your roster because you're giving away. I know Jordan Mason wasn't drafted highly, but he's got a lot of value right now. And Drake London was probably your 3rd, 4th round pick or so. I mean, that's giving away a lot for Amon-Ra St. Brown, who we love. But now we know that Jameson Williams is a thing. I would at least see if they'll throw something in to this trade just to make it a 2-for-2, something that you can throw on your bench as a stash and just try to move forward with it. Sam
Eischer, welcome to Holden Chubb. Thanks for joining the exclusive Headliner Nation. Wow, my 2 faves in one spot, dropping bangers from Pokey Life Lessons. What up, Pokey Life? Appreciate you. Daniel Orton, becoming a member for 11th month. Do I start James Cook? LO, had to mess with you, Kyle. All love here. Appreciate you, Daniel. Thanks for being a member for almost a year. Starting Kyler or Dak this week? I bet you're going to say Kyler.
I got Kyler higher.
Boom, nailed it. It's Coco with the 10-bomb. What up, my guys? What do you all think? Need 2 running backs. ETN.
Mondre Stevenson. He only listed 2?
He only listed 2. So are you playing let's rank them. Which one are you playing?
If I had to pick only one of them out of Ramondre and ETN, I have Ramondre Stevenson higher this week.
And then flex Garrett Wilson or Rashee Rice.
I think if you want to play it safer, you go with Rashee Rice. If you want to gamble more, then it's Garrett Wilson.
Jake, I need to say something real quick because I think I need to help Anna out because Anna's working overtime in the chat right now.
What's Anna doing?
Ladies and gentlemen, any political type of messages are being deleted. Okay? They're being hidden.
We're here to have good vibes and just talk. Let's just knock off all the crap for a little bit and let's just escape from the world of crap and just enjoy each other's company for a couple hours.
Yep. You're more than welcome to your political views. We're not
100%.
here to discuss that though. We're not here to talk about anybody or give any. We're here to talk football, have some fun, and get away from all that. So please do Anna a favor and stop posting that stuff so Anna doesn't have to keep doing that.
Yes.
And she can do other things that help our stream out and help our viewers more. We would appreciate that. And thank you to everybody for doing that for us. Viking King with the 5 bomb. Hey, dudes, 12-team full PPR, flex 2. Madison, Lazard, Wan'Dale Robinson, and DeMarcus Robinson.
2 of them?
Yes.
In a full PPR. Oh, God, this sounds crazy to say in week 2. But in a full PPR, I'm probably going towards Wan'Dale Robinson and DeMarcus Robinson. We're going double Robinson there.
The best name on YouTube, Fear Boner,
100%.
becoming a member for 2 years. Celebrating 2 years with us. We appreciate you.
That's a long time to have a Fear Boner. You know what I mean?
It is. I mean, whew. What are your thoughts on a chance season long, full PPR, and this week start Dak or Herbert? Okay, let's go here. This week start Dak or Herbert.
I have Dak higher this week.
Dobbs or McConkey?
Give me some McConkey.
And then you guys are freaking awesome. You're awesome for your boner. A Chan season long, I don't think really anything has changed for us. We were never really worried about him performing well.
No.
We're worried about the injury, which he's already banged up, right? He ended up playing this week, luckily, but who knows if he gets banged up. Same thing. I mean, that's just it.
If he plays 15 games this year, you made a great choice in your draft. If he gets hurt and plays less, it's going to end up backfiring. And that's kind of what we've said all offseason for sure.
Eyes wide open. Give Gibbs for Chase and another running back. That's 100% reliant on who that other running back is.
Who that other running back is.
I would have to know who that is before I tell you if I would even come close to saying yes to that.
It's got to be a good running back, I'll tell you that.
Yep. Steve Mateo becoming a member for the 34th month. Sup, gents. Took last year off from fantasy, but kept the membership, of course. Appreciate you, Steven. Singletary, McLaughlin, Madison, or Bucky Irving to start?
Singletary, Madison. Oof, man, this must be a super deep league if this is where we're going. Honestly, I'm probably leaning towards Alexander Madison and just hoping he sees similar volume to last week. That's kind of what my thought process is there.
Yep. Joseph Hammond become a member of the 23rd month. What up, nation? Love you guys. And a half PPR, pick 2 wide receivers and a flex from Pittman, Kirk, Jamison Williams, Reed, Jaleel McLaughlin, and Ty Chandler. 16-man league, need upside. Well, Jamison Williams is in your lineup no matter what. Then.
For sure.
He should already be locked in as one of your wide receivers. Where do we go from there?
After that, I'm probably going and gambling with Michael Pittman as the second wide receiver. And then at flex, because Chandler and McLaughlin don't really see quality touches just yet, Reed has Malik Willis. I think if you want to play it safe, you go Christian Kirk in your flex. If you want to gamble, then it's Jaden Reed, and just hope they can manufacture some short touches that he can house one of them. So, I mean, as of right now in the service, I'm thinking Pittman, Kirk, and Jamison give you a good mix of ceiling and floor.
My bad. Are you done with the question? I accidentally pulled my headphones out.
It's all right. You've pulled other things out on stream before, and it didn't work out so well. So this
Whoa!
is an easy fix.
I can neither confirm nor deny that. Ricky, would you trade Garrett Wilson, Jefferson, Gibbs, Jonathan Taylor, Hall, and Bijan for Tyreek? Wait, what?
Would you trade Wilson, Jefferson, Gibbs, Taylor, Hall, Bijan? I'm thinking he's asking any one of those guys.
One of
for
them
Tyreek.
for a Tyreek. Okay. I'm not even considering trading any of them except for potentially Garrett Wilson. That's the only one that I would consider, and I don't know if I'm willing to do that right now.
Which is tough because he's got a lot more running back depth than wide receiver depth, so you're going to get stuck with whatever Tyreek gets for the next few weeks. You're starting it with him and Justin Jefferson. You got great running backs, but I can't trade one of those for an unknown situation for Tyreek right now.
Yep. Your boy Maul.
What
Full
up?
PPR need a flex. JSN or DeMarcus Robinson?
I'm still going to Marcus Robinson.
Vanasti. Hey guys, I have two
nasty.
spots and cannot decide between Rashad White, Aaron Jones, and Chris Olave. Which two should I start?
I'm going to go with the guys that we know are touching the football and give me Rashad White and Aaron Jones because at least we know they're going to touch the football at least 12 to 15 times minimum this week.
Big Route wants to know, are we trading Evans for Amon-Ra in a full PPR league? Honestly, no, there's no reason to trade. Why? Because you're based on current value, you're losing on that trade, right?
Yeah. And Evans has top 10 potential all year long, just like Amon-Ra does as well. So, I mean, it's not like you're really upgrading, even if he does turn it around to what he was a year ago. So I'm just keeping Evans and rolling.
Like, let's say you're trading in a car, and you trade in your car, and you're like, oh, hey, you're going to lose $5,000 on this car right now, even if maybe in a couple of months you make $2,000. Are you really willing to go out $5,000 right now just because? Probably not. If you want to trade for Amon-Ra, buy low right now.
Kyle, can I just say that your analogies as of late have been like in depth.
That's just the way I roll.
I don't know where they come from or how they even happen, but like they're there.
Right
so
here.
I wanted to acknowledge them.
They come from there. I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
It wasn't a good thing.
It's the one thing I've done right this week. Prohibit. Traded CMC and Evans for Lamb, White, and Neighbors. Full PPR, did I do good? Also start Olave or Neighbors. I don't hate it. Once again, it's kind of the same thing we said a few minutes ago. If CMC only misses 4 weeks, you're screwed. If he ends up missing longer than 4 weeks, then you win that trade.
Yep.
And then Olave or Neighbors this week.
I have Olave and where's Neighbors at? Where did I put Neighbors? Mr. Neighbors. I actually have Malik Neighbors a couple spots ahead of Olave. Just due to the matchup alone.
Mm-hmm. Kalen Dunn, Pittman Jr. or Jerome Ford for the flex and a half PPR?
I'm going with Michael Pittman and hoping he can see the targets.
Surge. Start 3 from Flowers, Dell, Maserati Marv, Brian Robinson, and Metcalf in a full PPR.
3 of them.
3 of them.
Well, for a full PPR, you'd normally not say Brian Robinson Jr., but he was involved just as much in the passing game last week as Austin Eckler was. So that was kind of intriguing to see. So I kind of feel for the safety side of this, I'm going Brian Robinson is one of them. I think in a full PPR, the next one would be Zay Flowers because he saw 10-plus targets and is one of the top options in his offense. And then after that, it comes into like how much risk do you want to take between Dell, Marv, and Metcalf. All of them are boom or bust. All of them are big-time touchdown guys if they can get an opportunity. I think if I wanted to rank them in terms of like safety, it would be Dell, Metcalf, Marv. But like I said, this is kind of just comes to a personal preference. How much risk do you want to take? If it's my team, I'm probably going Flowers, Tank Dell, and B-Rob.
We are almost at 1,500 concurrent viewers and only 596 likes. But I'm seeing in the chat, it may have been Cody or Nick. I'm not sure which one because I lost it. Someone is saying if we get 1,000 likes, they're going to start dropping gifted memberships. And I feel like there's other members of Headliner Nation who are willing to take on that challenge. So if you're out there watching right now and you do not have a membership, hit the like button, and there's a chance that you could get a gifted membership tonight. Because it sounds like people are starting to get into a gifted battle.
Wow. Okay,
TC 7786, the 20th super chat that TC has sent in a live stream. Appreciate you, TC. Full PPR, have St. Brown, Pittman, flex Amari Cooper, or Dortch.
Man, how crazy is it that we're talking about Greg Dortch this much in week 2 of the season, Kyle? I'm probably still gambling and going Amari Cooper and just hoping that Deshaun Watson can remember how to throw at least 3 balls this week.
Tricks: Geno Smith, Javonte Williams, Calvin Ridley, Josh Palmer, Rashid Shaheed, or Tyler Johnson in the Superflex. Man, do I hate Superflex. Great work, you guys. Tricks, appreciate you. More times than not, you're going to lean quarterback in a Superflex. I'm going Geno Smith here.
So am I.
Eyes wide open. ETN, Higgins for Gibbs. I give Gibbs. Absolutely not.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Why? I feel like people are so upset about Gibbs after week 1, and I just
don't do it.
I don't understand
do
it. Don't do it. Andrew had Tyreek, and opponent had Waddle, so now I'm projected to lose. Start 2 running backs and 2 flex from James Conner, Rashad White, ETN, Charbonnet, Dobbins, or Jaden Reed in a full PPR. Thanks, guys. Love the content. Andrew, appreciate you.
Connor, White, ETN.
Connor, White, ETN, Charbonnet, Dobbins, or Reed. I'm not starting Reed over any of those running backs that we're talking about, so he's out of the question.
Yep. So 2 running backs and 2 flexes. 1, 2, 3, 4. So really, we just need to sit one of these running backs.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
And it's a full PPR. So I'm probably gonna sit Charbonnet and just hope that we can rack it up with everyone else with the PPR scoring.
Michael said, YouTube just played me a breastfeeding ad. Why? He goes, man, they are on the wrong stream. Listen, we have no control over YouTube ads. And one thing, too, they've been playing way more.
I got it. Kyle, I know why they're getting that ad. You want to know why?
Why?
Because we have a demographic that is mostly middle-aged males, and middle-aged males are probably searching for boobies on the internet.
You were looking up who said that? Wait, who was it again? Michael?
We know what that person's search history is.
Michael, you were looking up boobs earlier.
And we know it. Like, you just told on yourself on the internet. Like, we know these things.
You dirty, dirty man, you.
He's totally watching breastfeeding shorts, 100%. I just know it. I just know it. Like, let's be honest here. Can we have a real talk for a second? Like, that's what's happening.
Could you imagine? Constantino says...
He's like, oh my gosh, I just outed myself.
Constantino goes, I'm breastfeeding right now.
Awkward. That's even more awkward.
Ooh, I need a little drink after that.
That's right.
Or maybe he's a real big creep, and maybe he's on Craigslist like looking for it, because women sell it these days.
I mean, I'm not going to go. I didn't want to go that far, Kyle.
I don't want to listen. I don't want to out too many people tonight, but it is crazy in here. Woo! All right, we got to get back on it here. We just did Andrew. We're all good there. Fatal. I listened to you when doing cardio because I imagine Kyle wearing that BS Lions hat. Go Rams. See you in the playoffs. Maybe we will. Jasmine, for my flex, who should I start? Pittman, Jones, Olave, or Pollard? Is it a bad idea to start Gibbs and Montgomery at the same time?
That's one of the only opportunities you can do that. So we still have to pick one other though, right?
Yes.
Flex at Pittman, Jones, Olave, Pollard. I'm going with Aaron Jones.
Owens has put me in the game, Coach Kyle. Spicy, appreciate you. Thanks for dropping the donation. Humberto! Standard. I need one flex. Chris Godwin, Tank Dell, DJ Moore to Rashad White. Thanks.
Just one of them. And his name's Humberto. You added an M in there. So I don't know where the M came from. But
I did.
Yeah, you said Humberto, I think. It's Humberto. Anyway, Godwin, Tank, DJ Moore, and Rashad White. And this is a standard league, not PPR. I think if you want to gamble, it's a gamble, but you go DJ Moore and just hope that you can get a little bit of the best of both worlds.
Matt Argo. No, hold on. Yep, Matt Argo. 12-man half PPR. Neighbors or Ramondre?
I'm going Ramondre Stevenson.
Nick, projected to lose by 9. Thanks for...
Ignore projections. Sorry.
Thanks to 2 poor games from Reek and Tua. Cook keeps me in it. Start Diggs, Jamo, excuse me. If Walker can go, I have Charbonnet. Should I start Etienne or Rashad? Walker's doubtful right now. I don't think he's playing. Full PPR, this is a tough one.
My whole chat scrolled, so I'm trying to find my way back.
Are we starting Diggs, Jamo, or Shaheed? Diggs is safer. Jamo has more upside. If you really feel like it's going to be that close, Jamo has more upside than Diggs right now. And then if Walker can go, which he isn't, should I start Etienne or Rashad? So I really feel like at this point we have to pick, because he also has Charbonnet. We have to pick, let's rank Charbonnet, Etienne, and Rashad White in order.
Right now I have Charbonnet, Etienne, Rashad White in that order.
Valenzuela. Hola, amigos. Full point PPR. Tajay Spears, Dortch, or Tyler Johnson for the flex.
I'm going with Dortch.
Cornelius Terry was offered Mixon and Worthy for his Mason and Rashad White, I'm assuming. Accept, trade, or decline. And Goddard over Andrews this week. I'm still going Andrews over Goddard this week.
Me too.
And then
for that
Mixon
trade,
and Worthy for Mason and Rashad White. That's super close for me. I feel like you could milk a little bit more out of that, especially if the guy trading for Mason is the CMC owner.
Yeah, I mean, I don't dislike it, but you're kind of taking somewhat of a chance because Xavier Worthy is not some proven commodity either.
Yeah. Whoa. Oh, mine just scrolled too.
El Nino 98, member for 35 months in Holden Chubb. Considering Walker and A.J. Brown are inactive this week, do I start Devontae Smith, Charbonnet, or Flowers in the flex position in a PPR? Greetings from Germany. Germany in the house right now. If you want to play it a little bit safer, you go with Zach Charbonnet. If you want to gamble a little bit more, then it's Zay Flowers. Mega Dr. Dre becoming a member for 22 months. Hey, guys, I hope all is well. Should I start Mike Evans or Xavier Worthy for a double PPR? A double PPR league? I'm going to go with Evans just because his target share is higher than Xavier Worthy's right now. Dapper Dan says, Jake Ferg probably out. Who should I grab off waivers? Got Goddard, Likely, Hill, Parkinson, Fant, or Patty Muth. Now, you got a lot of great options right now. And out of all those options, the one I have ranked the highest is Isaiah Likely, for sure, right there. In 7 leagues, I must have a football fetish. Got it. Pickle Bros Gaming, welcome to Holding Chubb. We have Cleverest 32. Thoughts on Bowers versus Likely in a half PPR for the tight end spot. Also, I'm starting Godwin and Evans at wide receiver. Too many bucks. You're going double buck. Sometimes you go double buck, it can backfire. You've got Pittman on the bench. Pittman is probably still ranked lower than both those. So really, Kyle, it's Bowers or Likely. Which tight end do you like more? I have them back-to-back in the rankings. You're going Bowers.
Safer, more target potential.
Lorenzo Condello from Australia. So we went from Germany to Australia. From Australia had lads. I have Chris Olave.
Worldwide, baby.
That's right. Chris Olave and Rashid Shaheed both on my team. Who should I run? I'm not giving up on Chris Olave just yet. I still got him ranked a little bit higher there. Brian Motheral. Got Rashad White or Tony Pollard in your flex. That's probably a little bit closer. Rashad White, I think, is higher than Tony Pollard. Pollard. Yes, I have Rashad White over Tony Pollard. Jason Olivero. What's up, guys? Kyle, I know you love Monty, but need to play matchups. Monty or Dobbins in the flex. Half PPR. Other running backs are Henry and Mixon. Love y'all.
I'm still going Monty. I'm not sitting Monty unless it's a top tier caliber running back.
I'm pretty sure he's had a touchdown in 14 of the last 18 games. He's not a bad choice.
Yep.
Mendel Goodman. Who should I start? Jacoby Myers, Xavier Worthy, Kirk, or Shaheed? Pick 2.5 PPR. Also the Muth or Ingram. So who should you start out of Myers, Worthy, Kirk, or Shaheed? I think if you want to play at the safest floor, we probably this week go Christian Kirk. If you want to gamble for the highest upside, it's Xavier Worthy. And if you want something in between, it's probably Rashid Shaheed. And then Muth or Ingram, I have Evan Ingram over Pat Frymuth by a couple spots.
Jake, real quick, wanna just jump in because we had a question that I've seen come through a couple of times from a new member this evening. Mona just became a member. Super excited to be here. 12-team full PPR, CMC it. Starting AR, DK, Cup, Henry, and the Muth. Need 2 flex and another running back from Chuba. Justice Hill, Bigsby, JSN, Shaheed, Leggett, and Downs.
I mean, JSN and Shaheed are probably the two that I would choose out of that group.
And then Chuba or Justice Hill or Bigsby for the other running back.
I don't like any of them. If I had to choose one, if this is PPR, I go Justice Hill.
Perfect.
Got it. Now we go to the Pack or the Pac, whichever one. Congratulations. Thank you for being a member for 9 months. Would you trade away Pittman for Kittle? Current tight end is Kyle Pitts. No, because I think Kyle Pitts can still bounce back with Kirk Cousins getting a little bit more game time coming off the injury. So I'm not going to lose the depth at wide receiver. Fatal says 250 likes and 1,300 people watching. The math isn't mathing. We're up to 820 likes now, and people said they were going to start gifting memberships at 1,000 likes, Cal. So we're only 180 likes away. Then we have Nick says, PPR, would you trade ETN for Olave? You have Dobbins, Rashad, Mason, Charbonnet, and Cook as your running backs. Have Hill, Diggs, Jamo, Shaheed, and Mooney for wide receivers. You would be getting Olave in this deal. So trade ETN for Olave. I mean, you have Hill, Diggs, Jamo, and Shaheed. So I don't know if I want both Olave and Shaheed. So I'm probably just keeping ETN as of right now. We have Justine Garcia, half point, pick 1 out of Pacheco, Mason, JK. And then some defenses here. Let me pull up Pacheco, Mason, and JK. Let me see who I have high. I have Isaiah Pacheco higher there. And then between the Colts and the Hawks defense, I got the Colts a little bit higher going up against Malik Willis. Regular Nintendo, 12-team, half PPR, Christian Watson, Christian Kirk, or Cortland Sutton. Who do you sit? I'm sitting Christian Watson. He's kind of reliant on the big play, and Malik Willis hasn't had a big play since he was in college. E-Man, becoming a member for the 10th month. Please rank Olave, Marvin Harrison Jr., Adams for upside. Upside-wise, I'm going Marvin Harrison Jr., Olave, and then Adams. Also, second league, one flex, Kamara, White, or Mike Evans. Mike Evans is going to be my highest rank there. And then tight end, either Ingram or Parkinson. All full PPR, Browns or I'm still going Ingram over Parkinson here this week. If you wanted to play it a little bit safer, Parkinson isn't that much further down my rankings, has a much better matchup. Frankie, help, I need an adult. This one's for Kyle because I am not mature enough to be an adult. 2 QB league and lost Jordan Love. Must start. He says Mujer. Mujer starter is T-Law. For my second, do I start Jacoby Brisket or Danny Pennies?
I'm going to risk it with Daniel Jones this week. I mean,
listen,
it is such a good matchup that I don't even think Daniel Jones can screw it up, but I still know he's going to.
He's still going to, but it's possible. JL Green, I don't know whether you have answered this earlier tonight, but I'm worried about Mark Andrews, and I have Isaiah Likely on the bench. Should I switch it up or keep Mark Andrews in the lineup? I still have Isaiah Likely as being a quote-unquote safer option in this offense because I think his target share stays higher. I think as the season progresses, Mark Andrews gets more touchdown opportunities. So for right now, I kind of give the slight edge to Likely as being a little bit safer. J-Rod, full PPR. Do I flex Olave, Montgomery, or Najee? I mean, this is closer being that it's a full PPR, but I'm probably saying for safety purposes, it's still David Montgomery. If you really want to risk it, it's Chris Olave. If it's my team, I probably never really sent David Montgomery. Jay Espinoza, full PPR. Who starts? Jacobs, Ford, or Dobbins? I'm going, if I can only pick one, it's still Josh Jacobs for me. A lot of people, Cal, real quick, because I feel like I'm getting in the flow here, but a lot of people I feel are panicking over Josh Jacobs because of Malik Willis. And while I understand that, you can't replace volume at the position. And even though the running lanes may be slightly clogged, I can see more check downs weekly going the way of Josh Jacobs. It just still scores fantasy points. Am I having trouble comprehending this, or is that kind of how you see it? Yes, you're just nodding, right? Still nodding. Okay.
I don't want to ruin the flow.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, when the flow starts, you don't never stop once you start. Gunther Rowe, half PPR flex Worthy with Brown out, or DJ Moore. Kyle, never apologize. So Gunther says never apologize, Kyle. Out of Worthy and DJ Moore, I still have DJ Moore ranked higher this week. Worthy, a little bit too boomer bust for me. Hex Addict, London, Godwin, or Zay Flowers and a half PPR. If I can only choose one of them, Godwin or Zay Flowers. Let me see. I got them both. I have Godwin one spot ahead of Zay Flowers. I like both of them, so that's where I'm going as Godwin right now. Devin Simmons on flex spot. Dortch, Demarcus Robinson, or Wan'Dale Robinson. So that's out of Dortch, Demarcus, or Wan'Dale. I'm probably going towards Demarcus Robinson. I hope he can take advantage of the Arizona secondary. And then defensive player, we got a couple. We're going double Bobby. You got double Bobbies on your roster? Wagner? I probably lean towards Bobby Wagner because each and every week he seems to have the more solidified opportunity at racking up double-digit tackles. So give me Bobby Wagner. We got TP Outdoors. Got flex London, McLaurin, or Dobbins in a full PPR. This is like a week 8 question, Kyle. Not a week 2 question, but it's crazy that it's actually somewhat of a realistic question here this week. I think if you want to play it safe, it's J.K. Dobbins in a great matchup. If you want to gamble a little bit more, it's Drake London. Pickle Bros Gaming, full PPR. Flex having trouble staying in the lineup. Running backs are Jacobs and Kamara. Like it. Wide receivers are Godwin, St. Brown. Okay. Tight end is Gesicki. Flex is B-Rob. On the bench, you got Monty, Zay, Shaheed, Ertz, and Bucky. Yeah, that does suck. But, I mean, your overall roster is so solid that I'm just taking the safe points at that bet, and I'm just going with David Montgomery in the flex. Ellis Bradford, see you out there. Appreciate you. Ian Cross, choose 2 out of Pittman, Ayuk, and Mondre. I'm going with Ayuk and Mondre this week. Keisha, how we doing? It says Marvin Harrison Jr., London, Moore, Watson, Sutton, or Eckler. Start 2 wide receivers in flex. Start Achane and Hall as your running backs. Also started the Colts defense. Yes, I don't mind starting the Colts defense. You started Achane, which is great this week to start off. But out of those options, 2 wide receivers and a flex, I'm going with Marvin Harrison Jr., DJ Moore. And then at your flex spot, I'm going to gamble and just go with Drake London there as well. Kobe versus Jordan. To start, Pickens or Brian Thomas Jr. in a Superflex PPR. Demarcus Robinson and Dortch are still on waivers to pick up and start. So basically it's Pickens or Thomas, or do they need to pick up D-Rob or Dortch? I mean, Pickens and Brian Thomas Jr. are basically like clones right now. I mean, right, they need that big play in order to score. I think Demarcus Robinson is probably safer, but if it's my team and you're happy with the rest of the lineup you already have, I'm probably going to risk it for the biscuit and just go with George Pickens and hope for a big play. Kyle, are you dabbing?
I did because I sneezed.
Oh, I did not. We didn't even hear this sneeze. That was a quiet sneeze.
Really?
Study Soundscapes. If you ever want to interrupt my flow now, it's okay. Just let me know. Study Soundscapes. Welcome to Holden Chubb. Ed Miller. I know you said you had a headache, so I'm just trying to like rapid fire here. What's up,
I can
fellas?
read them to you.
Okay, well, go ahead.
Okay, Ed Miller. What's up, fellas? Half PPR flex Ford, J-Mo, Shaheed, Likely, or Pittman.
If I can only pick one of them, it's J-Mo.
Crawl Josie, becoming a member for the 11th month. Neighbors or Marvin Harrison Jr.
Man, that sounds hard. Neighbors is probably safer, but I have Marvin Harrison Jr. higher this week for the potential upside.
Dylan Kiergan, full PPR. Mason, Jacobs, Taylor, Kamara, and Dobbins need to start 3.
Wow. Well, it's Jacobs, Taylor. I hate to do it, but then Mason is the next one. Yep.
Okay. And then also I have McCaffrey. Should I consider trading him or Mason, or just hold on to him? I would hold on to him since you have Mason.
Yep, hold on.
Alex Rodriguez in a full PPR, lost Love and Puka, going Fields or Geno.
I'm probably going to lean towards Geno right now.
And then pick one. Christian Kirk, Dortch, Palmer, Wan'Dale Robinson, or any of the other Rams receivers.
So I guess the other Rams receiver, that would be Demarcus Robinson in there. I think if you want to play it safe this week, the safest option is probably Dortch. If you want to gamble a little bit more, it's Christian Kirk.
Brandon Hendershot in a Dynasty League got offered London and picks 25, 26, and 27 in the first round, 2 25 seconds, and a 27 second for Justin Jefferson. Team is pretty weak. Smash accept? Yeah. If your team sucks, then go for it.
That's
Spencer,
a lot of dang picks.
ETN, Montgomery, and Pollard, pick 2. ETN and Montgomery, easy.
Yep.
Darth Twerk in a PPR. Who should I start for my flex? Chris Godwin, Chris Olave, Malik Neighbors, or Ramondre Stevenson?
Only one of them, huh? I'm going with Ramondre Stevenson.
Rob McKay. Half PPR. Trade away Brian Thomas for McConkey. Have Amon-Ra St. Brown, Devontae Smith, Tank Dell, who's D. Johnson?
Deontay Johnson.
And Alan Lazard, 3 wide receivers and 1 flex. Personally, I'm keeping the upside of Brian Thomas right now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we're going to be seeing something consistent from McConkey, so I probably just hold on to Brian Thomas. And then of the 3 wide receivers in a flex, it's Amon-Ra St. Brown, it's Devontae Smith, Tank Dell, and then between Lazard and Johnson, I'll gamble with Lazard.
Isaac Rodriguez, Njoku, and Ferguson are out for me. Ertz or Juwan Johnson? I'm going Ertz.
Ertz, yeah, I don't love it, but that's where I'd go.
Nick Boers in a half PPR, pick one for the flex. Josh Palmer, Brandon Cooks, or Tank Bigsby.
I'll gamble.
Cooks.
I'll gamble on Cooks this week. Yep, just hope he sees more targets.
Jason Hodge in a full PPR. Need a quarterback. Got Caleb. Fields, Carr, and Kirk are on waivers. Got a trade proposal. I get Mayfield and Lazard for Chase. No. Counter for Devontae Adams and Baker. My other wide receivers are DJ McLaughlin, J-Mo, and Shaheed. McLaurin, J-Mo, or Shaheed. Jason, if this isn't super flex, I'm not trading for a quarterback.
No. I'll continue to stream weekly.
Yeah, if you don't want Caleb, then go pick up Kirk Cousins. Sorry.
Christian Kirk
Nude Man is back.
Hey, we're only 92 likes away from gifted memberships from people too. So now we're 91 away. So we're getting super close.
Go Nude Man. Hey, Jake and Kyle. Just want to say thanks for all you do. Love both of my teams I drafted this year with the draft guide. Starting strong with 2 wins. Nude Man.
Love it.
Appreciate that. Crawl Josie. Flowers or Wilson for the flex in a full PPR. I want to say Flowers.
I want to say Flowers too, but I hate sitting. If you sit Garrett Wilson and he goes off, are you going to be pissed off at yourself? You know what I mean? Tough matchup going up against Tennessee, L'Jarius Sneed. I get all that. But, man, that is – if you can live with yourself, if he goes off, I think the safer option is Flowers. But it just depends if you can live with it.
Devin Jakowski. Devan, or Devin. Name your kid the right way.
That's true. I mean, I'm sure – there's so many people that get it wrong these days.
That's funny. Richard Ellis. Who should I start? Choose 3. Ramondre, Brian Robinson, Shabanehe, London, Shaheed, or Jamison Williams. Choosing 3 in a full PPR.
Okay, well, we know Mondre is one of them for me.
Ramondre, Jamison, and then Charbonnet or Brian Robinson would be my choices.
Let's see here. Charbonnet or B-Rob. B-Rob, where's he at? Oh, wow, he's all the way up there. I'm probably going towards B-Rob for the second one. Or for the third one, excuse me.
For a third one. Logan Panzarella, Jamison Williams, or Jaden Reed. Give me some J-Mo.
J-Mo, yep.
Johnny A with a $5 donation. Johnny, appreciate you. Tampa 2 in a full PPR. Running backs are Mixon and Bijan. Wide receivers, Olave and Harrison. Kamara is being flexed on the bench with Najee, Flowers, and D-Rob. Would you make any changes? I'm putting Flowers in over Kamara. F it. I love me some Flowers this week.
Actually, I would probably put Flowers over Olave and still start Kamara, personally.
Okay. There we go.
Yeah.
You
want to go double saint.
Timestamp. Welcome to Hole and Chubb. Thanks for joining the exclusive Headliner Nation. John
60
Payne.
likes. 60.
I have Gibbs, CMC on IR right now. Mason, Connor, Ford. Who should I start with Gibbs in a full PPR? Mason.
Yeah.
Yep. 100%.
Yep.
Jacob Bombard becoming a member for the 11th month. Love you guys. Should I trade Pittman and Goddard for Pickens and Tyreek Hill? Absolutely. I'll risk that. Go ahead.
I'll take that risk all day long.
Absolutely. Yep. David 34V. What up, fellas? Love the vids with a $50 donation. With a 50 bomb. David, appreciate you. Thanks so much. Let's get a little hashtag David rolling through the chat right now. What up, fellas? Love the vid. Should I trade Jaden Reed or Jamison Williams? Since they are just riding my bench, my receivers are Flowers, Debo, Godwin, Christian Kirk, and McConkey. It's a full PPR league. I personally, I have literally no stock in Christian Kirk right now.
Yeah.
Unless somebody gets hurt, Christian Kirk could be in for a really long year. If you're trading one of them, realistically, Jaden Reed is the one that I'm trading right now, knowing that his quarterback could be missing for a few weeks. But you've got to get something good. Like, you can't sell low on him. If you're not getting good, reasonable offers, don't trade either of them. Just hold them and just wait for somebody to ante up, because I'm not trading them for nothing right now.
I hear you.
Up your money game. Welcome to Hole and Chubb. Thanks for joining the exclusive Headliner Nation. Got offered Travis Kelce for Jordan Mason, except probably
Dennis
not.
Kelly. Yeah, no, I actually had Travis Kelce as somebody I'm trying to trade away right now just to get something in return. So I'm keeping Jordan Mason for Dennis.
Now, if they added like a good, solid running back in return, then maybe, especially if they're the Christian Kirk owner, but I highly doubt it if they're trying to add Mason.
47 likes.
Andy Dominguez, pick 2 in a full PPR. Flowers, Dell, Marvin Harrison Jr., Terry, or Wandell. Picking 2. Flowers, Dell, Marvin Harrison Jr., Terry, and Wandell. It's
so Flowers is
and
the
Marvin
safe,
Harrison.
Yeah, Flowers is a safe play, and then I'll gamble it with Marvin Harrison.
Joe Lopez becoming a member for the 35th month. Need a wide receiver 2 in a flex in a PPR. Ayuk, Rice, Harrison, London, Dell, Ford, and Montgomery. Already starting St. Brown, Mixon, and Gibbs. Thanks, Jake and Kyle. Joe, you're welcome. Wide receiver 2 first. Ayuk, Rice, Harrison, London, or Dell.
I'm not sitting Rashee Rice ever.
And then in the flex, are we starting Ayuk, Harrison, London, Dell, or Monty? I'm not even including Ford.
I think if you want to play it safe, it's Monty. If you're willing to gamble more, it's Harrison.
I probably gamble a little bit more since you already have Gibbs and St. Brown in. Tampa Bay's run defense can be a little tough at times. I probably go Harrison here.
Yep, I don't hate that.
Shining in the full PPR flex, Pickens or Scary Terry. Appreciate y'all.
Oh, man, I want to say Scary Terry, but the fact that he wasn't really even hardly looked at in week 1 is very terrifying. I'm probably still going to gamble and go Terry, but I don't love it.
Caleb.
What was that?
Can you hear him?
Is that your dog?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's pissed.
So we have turkeys living behind our new house. We found him the other day, and he loses it when he sees them outside. So I wonder if they're creeping around the backyard right now.
Like, are this wild turkeys, or like somebody has them as like in their
I
yard?
believe they're wild turkeys.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he got a little upset there. Okay. He's really good, too. He typically doesn't bark. So
that turkey's in your yard right now.
That's the only thing that dog barks at. Caleb Hemmings celebrating a month with us here. In a PPR league, I have Mixon and David Montgomery as my 2 running backs, with Jamar, Marvin, Harrison, and Ayuk at wide receiver. Should I trade Ayuk for an RB2? If so, who? Caleb, we'll answer this question really the same way we answer all of these questions. It's really hard to tell you that. Really, what you need to do, if you want to try and trade Ayuk, look into it. Give your... Sorry, there was a comment that made me laugh that I just happened to see. Look into it with the other owners. Find somebody that needs a wide receiver. Message them. Be like, hey, interested in trading Ayuk. What would your best offer be? Try and haggle back and forth a little bit. Make it work. If it doesn't, keep Brandon Ayuk.
Yep, agreed.
Theron, should I start Kittle or Pitts? Kittle has more upside for me.
Yeah, I'm going Kittle too.
John Smith in a 10-man PPR, Mark Andrews or Taysom Hill? I'm going Mark Andrews
Mark
this
Andrews
week.
still, yep.
Eyes wide open, Purdy or Burrow?
It's Purdy still for me.
Ray Rivas celebrating a month with us. Appreciate you, Ray. Full PPR start 1. Goddard, Taysom Hill, or Parkinson? By the way, keep up the great work, Ray. Appreciate it. Goddard is probably the safest, with, again, Taysom Hill being your biggest upside.
Yeah.
Josh Pack, trade Mark Andrews for Terry McLaurin. Already have Kittle and Jaden Daniels. I would do that, yes.
Yep, I would do that for sure. Yep.
Jean-Paul Lapuente.
That sounds so fancy.
It is super fancy. This dude definitely has one of those, like, cigarettes, like in the old days it was super long and you put the cigarette in the end. 100% has that.
Do you think that the handle on his toilet is gold?
Yes, absolutely. And he has a bidet.
And it's probably like that fancy design on it too, like that old school artsy design. 100%. Yeah.
Yep, 100%. Full PPR, 2 running backs, 2 flex, Etienne, Jacobs, Montgomery, Dobbins, Scary Terry, Keenan Allen, Jamal Williams, or Javonte. Probably Javonte. Maybe it's Jameson. I don't know. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of J. Williams these days. You have to give us a first name. Okay, who do you think here? We have to pick 2 running backs and 2 flex.
I mean, honestly, I'm just going with all 4 running backs.
All 4 running backs.
Etienne, Jacobs, Montgomery, and Dobbins.
Boom. Locked it in. Done, Josh.
Yep.
Or Jean-Paul, excuse me.
Yeah, Jean-Paul Lapuente.
Bango, need help. Pick 1 and a flex from Bijan, James Conner, or B-Rob. Also, Eagles or Texas defense. Full PPR, forehead kisses.
Forehead kisses.
Bijan, Conner, or B-Rob. It's Bijan, number 1.
Yeah, and a flex. I
Connor
have Connor
B-Rob.
over B-Rob right now.
Perfect. Then Eagles or Texans defense.
Hold on. Hold, please. Eagles. The Eagles. I'm going with Philadelphia.
Philly. Ladies and gentlemen, 19 likes away from some gifted subs. We've had some people say when we hit 1,000 likes tonight, they're going to give some subs. Hit that like button, especially if you're watching right now and not a member, and you might get one of those gifted memberships.
That's right.
Tone Bone. Always makes me laugh. Full PPR. Need 2 wide receivers and 1 flex from A.J. Brown, Pickens, Jameson Williams, Calvin Ridley, Lazard, Scary Terry. Kind of scared to risk playing A.J. What would you do? Definitely going to play Jameson Williams.
As 1. But, man, after that, it's just like you risk it with A.J. Brown or you got nothing else.
Whole lot of dart throws.
It's not like there's like, you know what, at least you have this good option because, we don't know about A.J. Brown. Like, there is no good options right there, and that is worrisome. So, I mean, if it's... Man.
Woo! We blew past 1,000 likes. We're at 1020 now, too.
Oh, perfect. Well, there you go. 1,020. People said after 1,000 things were going to start happening, so we'll have to wait and see what happens here. Man, Kyle, this one has me flabbergasted. Because I want to just say, you know what, we're going to roll with A.J. Brown, and whatever happens, happens.
Yeah.
Because no one else is going to be like a quote-unquote safer option.
Would you drop Alan Lazard to pick up Jahan Dotson?
Probably, given the options they already have on their roster, probably.
Yep. That's what I would do.
And then you could start A.J. Brown and Jameson Williams at wide receiver, and if A.J. Brown gets ruled out, at least you have Jahan Dotson. And then at your flex spot, after that, I'm probably going to go out of Ridley, Lazard, Scary Terry, and Pickens.
I'm willing to take a shot at Scary Terry this week.
I was just going to say, I mean, you need somebody that has a somewhat of a higher ceiling. So, yeah, give me some Scary Terry and just hope for it.
Woo! The gifted memberships are rolling in, ladies and gentlemen. We'll give a shout out to everyone gifting memberships here in just a second. Still trying to catch up on some super chats. If you get a gifted membership, make sure you tell that person thank you, and we will get to all the gifted memberships here in just a second to thank everybody. Man, we are still way behind right now.
I thought we were catching up.
No, it just scrolled in. I am still looking for the top.
Right.
Tone Bone, right? Yeah. Mind of Reese, Waddle, Harrison, Higgins, Devontae Adams, and Thomas Jr. in a 14-team league. Should I package 2 of them together to upgrade? Mind of Reese, kind of the same thing I just said a second ago about the other trade question. Could you? Yes, but you really have to do some recon with your league mates. Hey, interested in doing this? What would you give? You're going to have to reach out. It's hard for us to say, oh yeah, package these 2 guys together and do this. However, Jake just did a trade target video the other day. Go check that out and watch it all the way through, and maybe that will give you some ideas there.
Yep.
Joe Cotting, love you guys. Pick 2, Singletary, Pickens, and Jameson Williams. It's Pickens and J-Mo for me.
Yep.
Meet David in a keeper league. Mason for Brooks in a full PPR. Honestly, I'm keeping Mason right now because Mason is a free agent at the end of the year, and if he keeps playing like this, he could land a big role somewhere.
Yep, somewhere. Yep.
I do love Brooks, though.
I do too, but he's kind of unknown, right? And we may not know for a while, so I'd keep the known commodity for right now.
Yep. Help. Do I trade Kamara and Godwin for Bijan and Javonte Williams? Yes. I would trade Kamara and Godwin alone for Bijan.
Okay.
My wide receivers are Wilson, Olave, Ayuk, and Godwin. Running backs are ETN, Kamara. Yeah, yes. Yes.
Got it. I don't know where you read that from, so I don't
Holy crap.
People better start busting out them thank yous, Kyle. Busting out the thank yous.
I'm skipping here real quick. I said I was going to thank everyone for their gifted subs, and I will in just a second, but I have to skip to one right now from the Lit Talks gang, gifting 50 memberships to the Headliner Nation community. That's got to be from Litnick, Cody, Fatal, Spicy, the people over at Lit Talks. Appreciate them very, very much. Just a big shout out to them. That is, the Lit Talks group is a Discord server that Litnick started like a year ago. It's like a gaming server that they do over there. Tons of fun over there with those guys. I do hang out with them quite often. Appreciate them over there. If you're into gaming,
100%.
You can always hit us up and we can get you sent over there so you can hang out with us. Hold on here because now I'm lost on where I was at. BV, welcome to Hole and Chubb. Thanks for joining the exclusive Headliner Nation. Anthony P becoming a member for the 12th month and a half PPR league, starting Lamb, Marvin Harrison right at wide receiver for the flex. Jay Reed, who's BTH?
Brian Thomas Jr.
What does the H mean then?
I don't know, but I'm just...
Okay, if it's Brian Thomas Jr., I'm going... Brian Thomas with the highest upside. Ladd is going to be the safest.
Okay, and I think we missed... I don't know if it's scroll, but I think we missed a couple. Isaac Rodriguez. I missed it. Ertz or Jawan? We went Ertz.
Oh, that was next up for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah. After Anthony P?
I don't even see Anthony P.
Oh, becoming a member for the 12th month?
Nope.
Oh, that was the one I just answered.
Weird. I don't even see it.
And Jonathan Cochin after that?
Yep.
10 PPR. 10 PPR.
It's got to be a 10-team PPR.
Yeah, that's what I'm guessing.
Okay, cool.
Started Hurts, Bijan, Jacobs, Devontae, Waddle, Kelsey. Want to flex Dobbins, bench JMO, Worthy, and Dell. Work tied AB Jacobs with no love. Should I sit JJ and start JK at RB2 and flex JMO, Dell, or Worthy instead? I'm leaving Josh Jacobs in. That could be the safest floor all week. Safest floor all week.
For sure.
And
then flex JMO or Worthy instead?
Not over what you currently have.
No,
I'm keeping it with what I'm keeping who you currently have. If you want to play it safe with a little upside, Dobbins at the flex. If you want to go for all the upside, then it's JMO.
Yeah.
Sammy Cat becoming a member for the 6th month in a standard league. Should I start Pittman, Reed, or Shaheed? Pittman is the safest, but with it being a standard league, Shaheed may be my bet there.
Yep. Get those touchdowns.
Fear Boner, what is your favorite beer to have on game day? I don't drink, so nothing.
Yeah, I don't ever drink beer on game day either. You know why? I gotta that's like work. That's like a work day for us. Like I have to actually watch football and
pay attention
and take notes and a lot of people get to kick back and relax, but that's like a work day, which I know sounds horrible, but it technically is. So I actually have to pay attention.
I'm in a full PPR, and I need to flex hard on these Joes this week. Who will Hulk out more for me? Pickens or Ford? Need to show them the guns. It's Pickens then.
Yep.
If we're trying to go big, it's Pickens.
Yep.
The Headliner Nation alert at the top is still going off from all the gifted subs. We gave a big shout out to the Lit Talks group sending 50 gifted subs. We appreciate them. If anyone else sent a gifted sub, we will get to you here shortly. We are still way behind on super chats. If yours has not been answered yet, hang around. We will get to it here in a second. Ricky said, put the previous tight end question in a ticket in Discord.
A ticket in Discord. Got it. Just
My
for
bad.
you, Kyle. A ticket in Discord.
Art Forum, your channel, guys, is awesome. Love you guys. Need a full flex and a full PPR. Wandell, Brian Thomas, McConkey, and Javante. Thank you, boys. You rock. Art Forum, appreciate you. Thanks so much. Thomas or McConkey? Thomas has more upside. McConkey is safer.
Safer, yep.
Marcel Law, becoming a member for the 14th month. Needed a wide receiver. Traded Dobbins for DJ Moore. I don't hate that at all.
Love it.
21C Boogie, Murray, Gibbs, Mixon, St. Brown, Evans, McBride, Rashee Rice, 49ers, Justin Tucker. How am I looking?
Love
From here? Looking real good.
Real good. When Rashee Rice is your flex, it's a good thing.
G Mike becoming a member for the 4th month. Brock Bowers versus the Ravens or Taysom for the boys? Give me Brock.
Yep. Still going Brock.
Cade 788, Drake London, Najee Harris, or Charbonnet in place of AJ Brown at the flex. Najee for me personally.
Yeah, probably. I mean, he's probably the next safest option.
Yep. Easy Eddie, hey guys, in a PPR, need a sub for AJ Brown at wide receiver and one for the flex. Worthy, Shaheed, Likely, and Charbonnet as my RB6. Cut J Hill for Garendo for upside. Thanks. No, keep Justice Hill for right now.
Yeah,
especially since it's PPR. Wide receiver and flex. Probably Charbonnet for the flex, and then who do we go for the wide receiver, Shaheed or Worthy?
I mean, I think Shaheed's probably the safer of those two options. Worthy, the higher upside play. I probably lean towards Shaheed, but if you really want to gamble, that's when you go Worthy.
Jackson. Sup, guys? Happy Saturday night. Pick 2 in a full PPR. Jamo Waymo, Brian Thomas, Najee Harris, or Charbonnet. Must start Mostert over Jamo last week. Ouch. 2 in a full PPR. Give me Jamo for sure, and then give me Charbonnet over Harris in a full PPR.
In a full PPR, yep.
Red Dog. Hey, Kyle, what was the best roast from your apology video? Appreciate the $10 donation. Red, your first super chat. Don't know yet. There were some really good ones, but we'll take a look and I'll announce it on Tuesday in my running back video. Dapper Dan becoming a member for the 25th month. Scary Terry or Lad McConkey as my wide receiver 3. Give me Scary Terry.
Yep.
JDA Sports. Do you think Jaden Reed or Aaron Jones this week at the flex? Give me Aaron Jones.
Aaron Jones, yep.
Also, should I bench London or maybe even trade him? No, I would hold out. I think I told people to expect that there was going to be some issues potentially with London to start the season, but I'm not willing to jump ship yet.
Yeah, I mean, his value is too low. You're not going to get enough back right now.
The Comedic Genius becoming a member for the 7th month. Can't IR Love and Ferguson because they aren't out, but I have Brock and Brock as the replacements. Wish me luck. Big fan. Those aren't bad replacements.
Yeah, going double Brock.
Brock out with your...
Never mind.
Oh, I knew where you were going with it. Thoughts on Alec Pierce? Worth the stash? Love you guys. It depends. If it's deep rosters, I'm okay with it, but Josh Downs could really change things once he's back and healthy. But if Alec Pierce is getting looks like that down the field, it could be a whole lot of him and Adonai Mitchell splitting snaps, and that's not going to be good for fantasy purposes. So as of right now, probably not. Probably not.
Especially with Josh Downs coming back pretty soon. I mean, I'm not too concerned about it.
Dylan Kiergan, full PPR start to Mason, Jacobs, Taylor, Kamara, or Dobbins. People are loaded at running back this year right now.
I mean, it's got to be Jacobs, Taylor, and Mason, but I hate sitting the others. He also has McCaffrey. How did you end up with McCaffrey, Jacobs, Taylor, and Kamara?
I mean, I'm not trading.
Hill? This has to be like a.
I'm not trading McCaffrey because you have Mason as well, so I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're trying to trade anyone right now, it's Dobbins with his injury history.
Yep.
That's the one that you have to trade right now.
Yep, for sure.
Michael Chiang, drop Fields or Herbert. JD5 is my starter. I'm dropping Fields and keeping Herbert. Gabe Anaya, Godwin and Rice for wide receiver and flex Najee over AJ Brown. I'm going to play Najee over AJ Brown to play it safe this week.
Yeah, if you don't want to gamble on the potential, missed game by AJ Brown, Najee's not a bad replacement.
Mac wants to know, trade my Brooks, Sharp, and Goddard for Mark Andrews. If you're trading all three of them, absolutely not. If you're just trading one, I would... Trading Dallas Goedert for Mark Andrews is kind of a lateral move, but Andrews may end up having more value. So I'm okay with that trade right there.
Yeah, but not all three of them, though.
Yeah.
Especially with Kenneth Walker hurt.
Yes. Up Your Money Game upgraded their membership to Excessive Chubb. Appreciate you, Money Game. Jacob Acton, the headliners are the best in the business. I agree with you, Jacob. Appreciate it. In a full PPR league, and I need one flex. Charbonnet, Harris, or Pickens. Love you, guy. Full PPR, I'll go with the Charbs.
Yep, in a full PPR, I agree.
Mac wants to know, trade my CMC and Mason for Kyron and JMO, or CMC for Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson is not an awful return if you are strong at running back.
Yeah.
If you're strong, Garrett Wilson right now is not a bad return.
Yeah.
CMC
but you have to have at least 3 solid guys on your roster that you could start at any given time.
Yes. CMC and Mason for Kyron and JMO.
I don't hate that either, but
I don't hate that because you've got 2 starters there for the rest of the season. When you only have 1 starter from CMC and Mason, you just don't know who it's going to be for the rest of the season. Right. I don't hate it, but again, only if you need help at wide receiver. If you're strong at wide receiver and you're trading for JMO and sitting him on the bench, I'm not doing it.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've seen this question. How do you get gifted memberships? You have to participate. You have to be active on the channel, like the videos. It includes watch time. How long do you watch the videos for? It also includes how active are you in the chats. Do you respond to comments? Do you leave comments on video? Gifted memberships go to people who are active within our community. That's how
we
you
don't
get
pick
them.
them.
We don't pick them. We have
them
nothing to do with it.
Either. It's random.
Piero Manino, full PPR pick 2 from Amari Cooper, DJ Moore, Demarcus Robinson, and Shaheed. DJ Moore and Cooper, or are we throwing Robinson or Shaheed in there?
I mean, I'm probably going with DJ Moore and Cooper as of right now. Second league full PPR was Adams, Stevenson, or Demont, pick 1. Oh, full PPR. That makes it difficult. I don't ever want to sit David Montgomery, but in a full PPR, the others are going to be a little bit closer.
Anna wants me to pin the Discord information. Anna, Can you post it again, and then I'll get it the next time you post it. Lloyd.
Hang on, we're not done yet. I'm still deciding between Adams and Stevenson and Demont in a full PPR. I mean, Adams, I feel, is probably going to have the safest floor in the full PPR. Stevenson may be a little bit of a higher upside play. If it's me, I'm probably going Stevenson.
Am I good to move on now?
Now you are.
Lloyd.
What's up, Lloyd?
Shoots? Maybe?
It's got to be Shoots, yeah.
For the 15th
he
month,
scores.
Becoming a member, full PPR flex Pickens over McLaurin. I'm going to play McLaurin this week.
They're both boom or bust.
Yeah.
Either one of them could pop off. Either one of them could get 2 points.
I like McLaurin just a little bit more.
There you go.
Bryson Spratling sent a $2 donation, then retracted the message. If you guys send a donation, don't retract the message. We'll get to it. We're a little bit behind still right now. Crawl Josie, full PPR Superflex. Pick 2 from Purdy, Dak, and Lawrence.
2 of them out of Purdy, Dak, and Lawrence is Purdy and Dak.
Mir Escobar with a $2 donation. Appreciate you. If you send a super chat, we will get to it, ladies and gentlemen. We have not missed anybody, and we will not miss anybody. It just takes a while. TXDK in a standard league got Murray, Kamara, Mason, Walker, Gus, Mostert, Pitts, Wilson, Tyreek, Adams, Johnson, Waddle, or Thomas, not Johnson, Waddle, JSN, Herbert, and Chubb on the IR. Thoughts?
I mean, overall, you have depth at each and every position. You need Tyreek Hill to have some semblance of a quarterback here over the next few weeks. And if that happens, being that you have both him and Waddle, like that's your biggest question mark right now, is if they can bring in a veteran or they can figure out what's going on with Tua. Because if you lose both of those guys with Skylar Thompson, you're going to be in a little bit of trouble at the wide receiver position.
Peter NYC has graced us with his presence coming down from his
golden
throne in New York.
Yes.
Peter, appreciate you. Thanks so much for gifting the community 5 memberships. Peter, let me know if you're still here. Let me know if you know that we saw that, because I'll feel really bad if you sent that later and we did not get to it. Yeah. Taylor 954 becoming a member for the 35th month. Should I pick Daniel Jones, bench Levis, drop Chase Brown, playing 10-player, 2-quarterback, full PPR? Had Love, desperate, thanks. My team is a beast. I don't want to drop Chase Brown. I would rather just risk it with Will Levis this week.
Yeah.
Than have to drop Chase Brown and change. If you really thought Daniel Jones was going to be better, then I would just drop Levis for Daniel Jones, but Daniel Jones may not have a job after this week.
Yep.
Dawi Jamil, becoming a member of Holden Chubb, appreciate you. Thanks for joining the exclusive Headliner Nation.
Welcome.
Two Bird Studio. JSN or DeMarcus Robinson this week?
I think if you want to play it safer, it's DeMarcus Robinson. If you want to gamble, it's JSN.
Peter's still here. Peter, glad that you're still in the chat hanging out. Matt Argo, Brian Thomas or Amari?
I think I'm probably still leaning Amari just for the target share.
Mac, M-A-K, flex Jacobs, Cooper, or DK? Cooper or Jacobs.
It's got to be Josh Jacobs.
Tight end, Ingram or Colby in a full PPR? Probably still going to go Ingram here.
Ingram, yep.
Jack, for Lode?
For Lot?
For Lot?
For Lot.
I was trying to be fancy.
Lock it in.
I was trying to be fancy. Starters, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Jacobs and Mixon, Tyreek and Godwin with ETN in the flex. Sanders is the kicker. Pickens, Reed, Eckler, Jay Williams, don't know who that is. Dowdle, Palmer, Elliott. Lineup, trades. Again, trades question. Appreciate, first off, first super chat ever. Thank you very much. Trades, it's hard to give you a trade to make. I like your team right now. I don't think that there's a trade that you need to run out there, but I don't know who Jay Williams is.
Hopefully Jameson.
If it's Jameson Williams, him over ETN is the play for upside this week. But if you want to play it safe, stick with ETN. And if it is Jameson Williams, I think you have good depth as well, so I don't think you need to go trade for anybody right now.
It could be Javonte, but we just don't know.
If it's Javonte, yeah. Austin Burnham. Should I be in panic mode over Jalen Waddle? We can't panic yet. We can't panic yet.
We don't even know what's going to happen yet for sure.
Yeah, we have no idea right now. Just a Dude Man becoming a member of the 20th month. Am I crazy to start Purdy, Ayuk, and Mason this week? Also, how long do you think I'm going to have to sit Caleb Williams before he starts cooking in Chicago? Give him a little bit of time. He'll be fine. Give him a little bit of time. They'll get it going. It's fine.
You also had Keenan Allen get banged up and Roma Dunze get banged up. So I mean, there's a lot of other things that are going on there for sure. But if you're gonna triple stack it, Dude Man, San Francisco is one of the teams you can probably do it with. There's very few of them, but they are one of them. So I mean, it's not crazy.
Justine Garcia, half PPR pick 3 from Adams, Pittman, Brian Thomas Jr., Wan'Dale Robinson, and probably Deontay Johnson. Adams for sure. Then Pittman, Brian Thomas Jr. for me.
Yep.
If it was full PPR, I would think about maybe Wan'Dale Robinson, but it's half.
Yep.
G. Santos, need 2 for upside. McLaurin, Brian Robinson, Likely, and McBride. I'm going McBride and McLaurin if you need upside.
Upside, yep.
Abel, need 1 receiver and a flex from Mike Evans. Yes.
You got to start him.
Ayuk, Flowers, and Godwin.
Normally, I'd probably say Godwin, but I don't know if I want to start both Godwin and Evans, so I'd probably go Evans and Flowers.
Yep. Need 2 running backs. Ford, Robinson, Swift, and just traded Daniels for Mason. If you have Mason, Mason's going to be one that you're starting.
And then I'm guessing Robinson. Is that Bijan Robinson? Is it Brian Robinson?
If it's Bijan, it's Bijan. If it's Brian, it's still Brian.
It's still Brian. It's going to be Robinson and Mason, whoever that Robinson is.
Yes. Alex Matos. Hey, guys, big fan of the headliners. Saw your bad beat video, Kyle, on Jay Cook. It happens, bro. We will smash this weekend, though I roasted you. Sorry on the vid for the giveaway. Not sure if you did that already. Alex, I have not, and you don't have to apologize for it. No worries. It was all in fun. Trying to make light of a situation that unfortunately just did not work out in our favor this week. Andrew, and we have not done the giveaway if I did say that. Andrew, half PPR, do you flex Devin Singletary or Jamison Williams? Give me some JMO there for sure.
JMO. Yep.
FYE 537, the Love owner. Are we going Herbert or Fields this week? I'm going Herbert.
Herbert in a great matchup.
Bernard, PPR, A.J. Brown, Brian Thomas Jr., or Tyler Johnson. Thanks. I'm going A.J. Brown. I'm dropping Tyler Johnson, and I'm picking up Jahan Dotson if he's still available. If he's not, or if he is, then just play him over A.J. Brown. If you can't do that, then I would probably go with Brian Thomas.
Yep. Hopefully you can put A.J. Brown into your flex spot. Drop Tyler Johnson for anybody that plays on Monday Night Football, so then no matter what position it is, you can plug somebody in.
Alex with another super chat. I dropped DeAndre Hopkins and picked up Gabe Davis in the waiver. Is he a good flex, and is Aaron Jones a viable RB1? Ken Walker is hurt for me. Is he a long-term RB1? No, you don't want Aaron Jones to be your RB1 for the rest of the season.
No.
Is he for this week? Maybe. But I don't know if I would say long-term. He's not a bad fill-in by any means.
Right.
Gabe Davis is a good flex. It depends on what your other options are. He's going to be boom or bust.
Yeah, he needs one big play, and that's either going to, make or break your entire week.
I got potential. Should I risk starting AJ or just start Pickens? Kind of the same thing I've told other people. If you're risk adverse, just go with Pickens, let it ride. And if A.J. Brown plays, there's nothing that we could have done about it. If you have somebody that you can drop to pick up Jahan Dotson, then I would give that a shot.
Yep.
Mark, shopping Mason, CMC owner won't bite. Worth wide receiver 1 or 2? It really depends. It really depends on what you think you can get right now. Maybe it's worth having him go off another game before you try to trade him.
Yep.
Dr. Gibbs, starting Justin Jefferson, Rashee Rice, Kyron, and Jacobs. PPR need one for the flex. Cooper, Garrett Wilson, DJ Moore, J.K. Dobbins, Jordan Mason. If you want the most upside, it's Garrett Wilson. Mason is probably the safest.
Yep. There's a lot of good options, though, there on your bench, which is going to suck if... sitting Garrett Wilson and DJ Moore and J.K. Dobbins in a great matchup is kind of hard.
Yeah. Yeah, Mason safest, Wilson most upside. Based on the other players that you have right now, with Jacobs getting a lot of volume, but still potentially a tougher matchup, I'd probably go with Garrett Wilson and shoot for a little bit more upside.
Yeah.
Also, Anthony Richardson, Fields, Lamar, or Kyler, we're picking 2. Is it Lamar and A-Rich?
Yep.
Ryan Bell, 3 wide receivers and SOB.
3 wide receivers and a half PPR. Would you trade away Puka for Mason as a non-CMC owner, but thin at running back? But if you're thin at running back, you want to trade away Puka to get Mason, and Mason could be like a temporary stopgap. So if you're trading away Puka, I maybe try to get an RB2 that may be a little bit further down the list and try to negotiate that way, because you could literally be trading away your first, second round pick for a guy that only has value for the next 4 weeks, maybe. You know what I mean? So that's like a big risk to take.
Jake, hold where you're at right now. I'm going to go through and thank all the gifted memberships. Okay. And then go back to the super chat that we're leaving off on. Stinging JWC gifted a membership to the Headliner Nation community. Appreciate you. TC786 gifted 10 more memberships to the Headliner Nation community. Let's get a little TC spamming in the super chat. Callie gifted a membership to the Headliner Nation community. I know Callie gifted several memberships. Make sure we spam a little hashtag Callie as well. Alex Rice gifted a membership to the Headliner Nation community. Bango Shanks gifted a membership to the Headliner Nation community. Kay Scott gifted a membership to the Headliner Nation community. David 34V gifted 20 memberships to the Headliner Nation community. Get a little hashtag David spamming up in the chat. Again, the Lit Talks gang gifted 50 memberships to the Headliner Nation community. Get a little Lit Talks spamming up in the chat as well. I thought there was a couple more. Maybe not. Nope, that's it. Those are the gifted subs.
Brawl Josie, full PPR Sutton, Jaden Reed in the flex. If I had to pick one, I'll still gamble on Jaden Reed. Sammy Thomas, 2 running backs in a flex in a PPR, Montgomery, Kirk, McLaurin, Stevenson, Jordan Mason, and Josh Jacobs. Monty Jameson or Shaheed? That's a different question. So 2 running backs in a flex. We got Stevenson, Mason, and Josh Jacobs. And then the other one is Monty Jameson or Shaheed in a flex PPR in a different league. If you want to play it safe, it's Monty. If you want to gamble, it's Jameson Williams there. Daniel Mansfield, half PPR, pick 2 out of Pacheco, Jacobs, B-Rob. It's going to be Pacheco and Jacobs. And then, or bench Ayuk and start all 3 of them. Appreciate you guys. Love the new formats this year. Thanks so much, Daniel, for that. Honestly, if you want to play it safer, you're going all 3 running backs, Pacheco, Jacobs, and B-Rob. If you want to gamble a little bit more, you go Pacheco, Jacobs, and Brandon Ayuk. Charlie, Dell, Pittman, Geno, or Keenan Allen, full PPR Superflex. Not sure if I should put Geno in the flex over those wide receivers. Almost 9 times out of 10, you're always going to take the quarterback. So it's going to be Geno. I see your 20-second timeout there. Hang on a second, Kyle. It'll be Geno Smith. If you really just want to gamble and you're like, listen, I don't really want to start Geno, Tank Dell would be my next option.
If you want to keep rolling super chats, I'm going to respond to the normal chat in the chat a little bit too. Okay.
Go for it. I'll start off. Eyes wide open are yours. How do you
No,
get
I
those
meant
members?
like I'm going to type.
Oh, you're going to type. Okay.
Yes, I'm going to respond typing to them.
Do you type like this?
Yes, up here at my nipples.
Okay,
Because
perfect.
if I'm using too many fingers, I can always, hit the space bar with my nip.
Well, wow. Okie dokie. Sherney, Dobbins, Mason, and a 26 third or a 27 first in Dynasty? Dobbins, Mason, and a pick. For what, Sherney? I don't really see what... Because all it says is Dobbins, Mason, and a pick in Dynasty. But I don't know what that means in return. Kyle, as you're going through there, if you see something from Sherney with a Falcons logo as the thing, let's see if they can answer that part of the question. John says Stevenson or Brian Robinson Jr. to start. I have... Wow, sounds crazy, but I have Brian... Do I have Brian Robinson? Nope, I got Ramondre Stevenson a couple of spots higher. Jason Priddle, half PPR, RB2, and a flex out of B-Rob, Pollard, Charbs, and JMO. Give me B-Rob as the running back. If you want to play it safe, it's Charbonnet. If you want to gamble, it's Jameson Williams in your flex. Vodjelly, if Ferguson is out, pick up Parkinson or Hurst. Hurst has a great matchup, but I still think it's slightly safer for Parkinson. Dawi says, who to start in a flex, Godwin or Neighbors? Other wide receivers are Evans, Devontae Smith in a standard PPR. In a standard league, let's gamble and go Neighbors there. Adoree Hines becoming a member for the 35th month. Standard league, Eckler or Deontay Johnson in the flex. Johnson has 35% target share before he was pulled in the third quarter. However, my Giants are sucking. Yeah, I mean... Deontay Johnson is going to get the volume. The problem is a lot of his targets aren't going to be catchable, and that really sucks for sure. I think if you want to play it safer, it's Eckler. If you want to gamble, that's when it becomes Deontay Johnson, and just hope that one of those targets are worth a crap. Up Your Money Game says need 2 out of Dortch, Ayuk, Lockett, Pickens. Also need 1 out of Freiermuth or Gesicki in a PPR. Gesicki is risky but has more upside. So for the first one, need 2 out of Dortch, Ayuk, Lockett, and Pickens. I'm going to go Ayuk as one of them. If you want to play it safe for the next, it would be Greg Dortch. If you want to gamble, that's when we go George Pickens. And then between Muth and Gesicki, honestly, Pat Freiermuth is going to be a little bit safer this week. Now, with that being said, I totally agree with you that Gesicki is more risky but has more upside than Freiermuth. Almost had a big week last week. Couldn't control the ball all the way to the ground in the end zone. Really missed out on a big week for sure. If your overall roster you're happy with and you can afford to take that risk, that's when you go Gesicki. Mark, full PPR, Lawrence or Fields, and then Diggs or Neighbors. I have Lawrence higher than Fields, and let me see where I have Diggs and Neighbors. I have Neighbors over Diggs this week. Jean-Paul Lapuente, oh, you guys are effing awesome. Extra question, Pittman or JMO? Wish I had some gold here. Well, hey, Jean-Paul, this is the perfect time. You can have whatever you want to on the internet, right? We're not going to know no different. I'm still going to go JMO, though. Pittman sees more targets, but JMOs are more quality targets, more big plays available. Lloyd shoots. I have Mason. Would you trade Cooper and Pollard for McCaffrey? So if you want to trade away Tony Pollard and Amari Cooper to get Christian McCaffrey because you have Jordan Mason, the only way I'm doing that is if you are still if you still have 3 solid wide receivers and running backs on your roster after you get rid of Cooper and Pollard, because McCaffrey doesn't do anything for you right now. This is just buying insurance at this point. So as long as you still have a team full of players that you have enough to start weekly, then I make that trade, and then you kind of corner the market there in San Francisco. But if that's going to put you at a disadvantage each and every week where you're having to start some Joe Blow off the waiver wire, then I probably don't do that. Servando Briggs, becoming a member for the 12th month. Thank you for all the fire content you guys put out. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. CJ Houdat CJ in this chat. Half PPR, Lamar, Amon-Ra, St. Brown, Olave, London, AK, Javonte, Ingram, Godwin. On the bench, you got McLaughlin, Spears, likely Demarcus Robinson, Saints and Browns defense. Good to get Colts or Seahawks. Let me see here. Browns. Saints. I'm looking at the defenses here. I don't want that. I mean, the Colts are honestly probably the safest bet right now, just going up against Malik Willis. And then for your actual lineup there, I'm not changing anything. I mean, you still got some solid pieces out there. It doesn't say, oh, you have Ingram as your tight end. I mean, if you want to play it safer, the safer tight end would be likely, in my opinion. But other than that, it's just fine. Plus, you got a lot of Saints in there, so you got to be a Saints fan for sure. Cold Brew Samurai becoming a member of the 25th month. What's up, gents? Hope all is well. Aaron Jones for Olave. You get Olave. You still have Bijan, Henry, Mixon, Charbonnet, Adams, Rice, Godwin, Pittman. I mean, you got a ton of pieces. So really, you're trading away your RB3 to get a potential upgrade at wide receiver for like your wide receiver 3 or 4. This is what I'm going to say. It's a fair trade for sure, but it's harder to find running back depth late in the season than it is to find wide receiver depth. So for right now, I'm probably just holding on to Aaron Jones, being that you have Charbonnet listed. His value could change in a moment's notice when Kenneth Walker comes back. So I'm probably still holding on to the running back. Swank Mastermind. I had Allen and Kincaid on Thursday Night Football, need a flex, half PPR. So you kind of need, you had Allen and Kincaid. So Josh, neither one had a huge game. So you need to play catch up maybe a little bit here in a half PPR between Olave, B-Rob, Dobbins, and Brian Thomas Jr. You only need one of them. Damn. Only one. I'm going with Brian Robinson this week. Tony Chopper, trade Pittman for Ayuk. I would make that trade personally. Then we got Nathan Ellersick, how to handle Jordan Mason in Dynasty. I mean, Dynasty, it's going to be a little bit iffy. Like Kyle said a little bit earlier, he's going to be a free agent end of the year. So if he does kill it all season long, he could land somewhere with a good role. But I mean, if you don't have Christian McCaffrey, I'm probably trying to sell him for whatever you can to fill a hole on your roster if possible. If you don't need him, if he was a luxury that was just sitting on the bottom of your bench and you have needs elsewhere, I'd probably try to sell him in Dynasty. Kobe says, trade my Mason for Mixon in Superflex. If I can get Joe Mixon for Mason, I probably do that, if I'm being completely honest, because Mason has that potential of just losing value second half of the season. SA SoCal, Worthy against Cincy or Marvin Harrison against the Rams. Both of them super boom or bust. Both of them could score 30 this week. Both of them could score 3 this week. I don't think the Chiefs have to throw as much against Cincy as the Cardinals are going to have to throw against the Rams. So give me Marvin Harrison. 172 Gates, Purdy or Mayfield, and then Cooper or Harris. Man, I love seeing the Bake Show so high, right? I love seeing that. Purdy, I have Purdy at number 11 and Mayfield at number 12, both top 12 options, but Purdy, I do have one spot higher. I love both of them, honestly. And then Cooper or Harris, I'm probably playing a little bit safer with Najee. K. Scott, Purdy or Stafford, headliner universe for life. You better believe it. And I have Purdy just over Stafford as well. Cali Loco, half PPR flex one out of likely Moss or Amari. I'm probably going with Isaiah Likely there, if I'm being completely honest. I just don't trust Deshaun Watson right now. Sometimes it looks like he's never played football in his life. Paul Cunningham, Pacheco, Jacobs, Mixon, Harris, and Mason can only use 3. Love the channel, but couldn't be a member this year. Will do soon. Awesome, Paul. No problem. Pacheco, Jacobs, Mixon, Harris, and Mason, and you can only use 3 of them. Well, Jacobs will be one. Mixon will be another one. And as of right now, I still have Pacheco over Mason. So that's where I'm going, even though I hate to sit the guy. Cold Brew Samurai, see you out there. Appreciate you. Mark, some of the best in the business right here. One more question. Full PPR, Marvin Harrison, Pickens, or Lad McConkey. I'm going with Marvin Harrison Jr. Mike Bishop, appreciate your donation out there. Your first super chat on a live stream. Thank you very much. Cold Brew Samurai also says CMC for Kamara. I get CMC. Have Mixon, Bijan, and Pollard. No, I'm holding on to Kamara for right now still. Rashawn Jenkins, pick 2 out of ETN, Diggs, Ayuk, and Adonai Mitchell. If I can only pick 2 of them, I'm going with ETN and Diggs this week. Johnny A, hey guys, 2 flex spots, Aaron Jones, Tony Pollard, Jamison Williams. I'm going with Jones and Williams. Jerry Gonzalez, super flex, 3 wide receivers, 1 PPR. We got AR, Love, Carr, and Levis. So I'm guessing we need to pick 2 of those. With no Love, it's going to be obviously Anthony Richardson as one of them. And then the other one out of Carr and Levis, I will just gamble and go with Derek Carr. And then running backs, you got Mixon, Monty Stevenson, B-Rob, and Ford. If I got to pick 2 of them, it's Mixon and Stevenson. Wide receiver is 3 wide receivers. Lamb, Adams, and Dell will be the other one. And then if you have a flex spot, that's where I'm going to put David Montgomery at in that roster. Jose, who should I start? Ayuk, Pittman, Kirk, or Marvin Harrison? If you want to play it somewhat safer out of these choices, it's Ayuk. If you want to gamble, it's Marvin Harrison Jr. Lando Commando. Would you trade in a full PPR league Jaden Reed and Chris Olave for Amon-Ra St. Brown? I already have Garrett Wilson, DJ Moore, and Roma Dunze. So you get rid of Reed and Olave for Amon-Ra St. Brown. I probably make that trade, but I just asked the Amon-Ra St. Brown owner if they can throw somebody else into it, a bench stash, a potential lottery ticket, just somebody else that you can potentially have. Because if I had to guess right, you're giving a 2-for-1, which means they're going to have to drop somebody to waivers because their roster is going to be over the limit size. So let's see if they can just include one of those guys into that trade to make it just a little bit closer. Jackie Chan. Hey, brothers, I'm in a predicament. I currently am starting Juwan Johnson at tight end. My options on waivers are Munt, Hurts, and Ertz, Fant, Henry, or Taysom. Thank you so much. Ugh, man, none of those really stand out as ones that I would like to have, honestly. So let me look here. Munt, Hurts, Ertz, Fant. I gamble and go Noah Fant out of those options. 561 Phoenix, full PPR, Sata Chan looking to recover. Need to sit one out of J.K. Dobbins, Josh Jacobs, or Jordan Mason. That absolutely blows. I don't want to sit any of them, but if I had to sit one, I'll sit Dobbins over Jacobs and Mason. AP Zibby, becoming a member of the 30th month PPR, 1 RB, 1 flex out of Henry, Mason, or Rice. 1 running back out of Henry, Mason, or Rice. Well, it's going to be Henry as the running back. And then your flex between Mason and Rice. I'm probably going Rashee Rice. Now, if you want to play it safer, it's Jordan Mason, but I'll gamble for the upside with Rice. But like I said, if you want safer, it's Mason. Cup and Kyron already locked. He'll hurt me. Also, who should I add off waivers between Tyler Johnson, Dortch, or Wan'Dale Robinson? I mean, Tyler Johnson, a lot of his production was off of just one big catch, and he's just not somebody who's ever really been one to produce in the league. Dortch is probably going to see decent volume each and every week. Wan'Dale will as well, but he's getting it from Daniel Jones. So if I had to pick one, it's big Dortch energy, Greg Dortch. And then Bango, Alec Pierce is on waivers and full PPR. You have A.J. Brown. Should I put in a waiver? They go through tonight. My priority is 7th. I'm going to have to drop the Texans defense. My other defense is Philly. Thanks. You can. I don't think you're going to hold on to Alec Pierce all season long, but no reason to hold 2 defenses, so I'm absolutely good with that for sure. Caught up, Kyle. Are you still there? Kyle is just like tapping like a madman.
I had to mute my phone, or I had to mute my microphone because my keyboard's so loud.
Well, that sucks. Whew, Kyle, that was a lot right there.
Oh man, it's been a long night so far.
It's already 11 p.m. Eastern time. Who out there is getting tired? I know I'm getting tired here, Kyle. We maybe go like, what do you think, like 5 more minutes or so? Get as many questions in the chat as we possibly can.
Yeah, absolutely. Devin needs to know start 1.5 PPR. Rashad White, Monty, Brian Robinson, or JMO.
I wasn't listening, so either you have to answer it or I have to find the question.
Hold on, I gotta find it again. Rashad White, Monty, Brian Robinson, or Jamison Williams. Monty's the safest bet. Jamison Williams is going to be your biggest upside. Start Dobbins or Ayuk for the flex. Dobbins is going to be safer. Ayuk is going to have way more upside. Brandon, I'm starting Jalen Naylor over Jaden Reed. I don't know if I would go that far. I would still rather go with Jaden Reed there. Adoree Hines, can you boo stinging JWC and Optio in my league? Oh, that must be a MVP league that we have.
It's a Discord league, yep.
It's a Discord league. I'm going to give him...
Hey, guys. Boo.
Odori says to suck it.
Boo. Eric Munoz, full PPR, Dobbins or Pollard? Give me Dobbins here.
Yep.
Mac the Turtle, love y'all. You made me Bobby Trees. I made full Monty. I want a shirt. I'm still
actually
upset
have a shirt
that
that says full Monty.
I'm a little upset that we still didn't get credit for Bobby Trees.
Yeah, the whole Bobby Trees thing
was us.
It's a damn travesty.
Mm-hmm. Jonathan Wilson, PPR, pick 2, Brian Robinson, David Montgomery, or Zach Charbonnet. You guys are killing it. If I'm picking 2 in a full PPR, give me Monty and Charbonnet. Jose Reyes with the 10 bomb in a PPR wide receiver start. 2 starts and 1 flex. AJ Brown, Ayuk, Dortch, Deontay, and Shaheed. I need to start 2. I have a good running backs for a start. I'm going to go Ayuk and Shaheed there, and I'm not even going to worry about AJ Brown.
There you go.
Specs, drop Dak, Murray, or Purdy. You have to drop one. I probably drop Purdy right now.
Which sucks. Is this a super flex league?
Yeah.
If it's a super flex league, you need all 3 of them.
Right.
If it's not a super flex league, you can probably get rid of 2 of them. So that's something to think about.
Paul Cunningham, just want to say thanks, guys, for the entertainment and the advice. It's been awesome. Paul, appreciate you. Oliver, Aaron Jones, Shaheed, or Pickens for the flex. Give me Aaron Jones. Gamble with Jaden Reed or ETN at the flex. Give me ETN. Boo Boo Kitty, full PPR.
What?
Full Boo Boo Kitty.
Boo Boo Kitty.
Boo Boo Kitty. Full PPR, weak and tight end. Frymuth or Parkinson. Flex Jacoby or Scary Terry. Thank you. Give me... Oh! The question disappeared.
I got it. Full PPR and tight end. First of all, don't ever say you're weak in your tight end. Frymuth or Parkinson. I have Parkinson just barely higher. And then flex Jacoby or Scary Terry. I'm gambling and going Scary Terry.
Boo Boo Kitty is a Jay and Silent Bob reference. I've never seen that movie.
I've never seen it.
I've never seen it.
Have I failed life if I haven't seen it?
Nipple spaces. B. Choi, Ramondre, Aaron Jones. Oh, scrolled. Ramondre, Aaron Jones, Ayuk, pick 2, please. Give me Ramondre and Ayuk there. Mondre, Ford, and ETN, start 2. Mondre, Ford, and ETN. Give me Mondre and ETN there. Jeremy becoming a member of Holden Chubb. Thanks for joining the exclusive Headliner Nation. PPR, DJ Moore or Olave. Give me probably DJ Moore there. Bango, I'm not reading that. Boo Boo Kitty, watch it, please. Boo Boo, you're a member. If you know, since you're a member, message me on Discord if you can. Tag me in one of the chats if you're in Discord, and let me know where it can be watched. And if there's a platform that I can potentially watch it on, then I will maybe try to fit that in.
Maybe try.
Mark Andrews or Hayden Hurst. Give me Mark Andrews.
Still, yeah.
Start Flowers or Worthy at the flex. Give me Flowers. Mason or DJ Moore. Give me Mason. They keep scrolling so fast. Flowers or Worthy at the flex. I think I just answered that. Flowers. Who should I start? Rice, Pacheco, or Mason for the flex? You're going to go with Pacheco and Mason there for the safest floor. Godwin, Monty, or ETN in the flex. Godwin for the most upside. Monty for the safest floor. Metcalf or Diggs, give me Diggs. Moss or Zeke, give me Moss. Likely or Ford for the flex. Likely has way more upside. Ford is going to be safer. Pickens or Neighbors, give me Neighbors. My grandma doesn't like me staying up this late. Devontae Smith, Xavier Worthy, or Zach Charbonnet. Devontae Smith is more upside, but I'm probably still going to go with Zach Charbonnet at this point because if A.J. Brown ends up playing, then it kind of screws us over anyway with that.
Yep.
Ingram or Likely. Ingram's going to be safer. Likely has more upside. Mayfield over Dak. Jerry Gonzalez becoming a member for the 20th month in a full PPR. Need 2 flex. Powered, Ford, Shaheed, Palmer, or Javonte Williams. Need 2. Give me Shaheed and Ford here. Shaheed and Pollard, right?
Yep.
Okay. Ewood, 76. Connor or Charbonnet in a full PPR?
I got Connor higher still.
Connor. The full PPR is what makes it closer for me.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget that tomorrow morning around 11:30 or so, I'll be live for our members only stream. If you did not get a question answered tonight, we appreciate you hanging out with us. We had at one point 1,500 people watching, and it was absolutely insane. Lots and lots of questions answered tonight, but come back tomorrow. Become a member if you have a lot of questions.
I was just going to say that, Kyle. They can't chat tomorrow if they're not a member.
Right.
So
yeah, they can't chat tomorrow. But think about becoming a member. Think about becoming a member tomorrow. It's $5 for the month.
Access to Discord alone is worth it.
Yeah. For $5, just go to Starbucks half a time left because you can't get a coffee there from less than $5.
I mean, that's just like, it's. And I'll be completely honest, there's no asshats in our Discord. Like, it is a toxic free zone, and if anybody in there has a problem, they get removed immediately. So it's a great place to just hang out with some like-minded people.
So if there's any members in here right now that are in Discord, let everybody know right now how much you like it. Travis Wright with a $2 dono. Start 3 from Montgomery, Ford, Mason, Kamara, Harris, and Olave. Montgomery, Kamara, and Mason.
Mason, yep.
Mason. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen.
Week 2, almost in the books.
Good night. Please become a member if you became a member tonight. If you became a member tonight and you are not in our Discord, you need to be. Message us on socials. Leave a comment on this live stream after it's done. If you don't know how to get into Discord, you really should right away. Let's get you in there. Come back tomorrow for the live show, members only live show. Tomorrow we'll be answering questions. Make sure you clear your browser history of all your breastfeeding videos that you've been looking for.
Not saying, just
so
saying,
that doesn't happen again. Why did I think it was more than $5? Paul, there are different tiers, but the $5 tier gets you access to Discord, gets you into member only streams. And it gets you access to the videos that we do that are members only on YouTube as well.
As well as like flex, defense, and kicker rankings too.
Yep, flex, defense, and kicker ranking. So become a member right there. Paul, welcome to Hole and Chubb. Thanks for joining the exclusive Headliner Nation. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get out of here. Appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. I will see everybody tomorrow morning
make you holla.
for the live stream. Nick Boers upgraded his membership to full Chubb as well. Ladies and gentlemen, stay safe, stay healthy. Have a great evening, and we'll see you on the next episode of the Fantasy Headliners. I can't even outro yet because I don't even have the right.
Oh my
I
gosh,
did it.
here we go.
I did it wrong. Hold on. I messed up the production. Here we go. Now we're gone. Bye.
Okay, bye.
When the game on the line, you can't fold and you can't bend. Y'all be playing this